lie, bitches lie, niggas lie, bitches lie, niggas lie, bitches lie, niggas lie, bitches lie. On my scale, keep it accurate. Had to get a plug of niggas texting shit. Niggas lie, bitches lie, 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 niggas lie, bitches lie. On my scale, keep it accurate. Had to get a plug of niggas texting shit. Smoking on Shikari Bronx mixed with Obama, that's the presidential shit. Top of bag a nigga really want most, wouldn't know what to do with it. Really had to get it out the mud. Really had to get it out the dirt. With no love and no handouts, nigga really had to go and put in work. Praying facts in the mail, making home. Shout out niggas with the beans and carry on. Nigga out here doing alley capping, but you color show when that pressure's on. Hustle hard with the best of them. He a roach, nigga step on him. Dallas Tech, what I rep on him. Hadn't did it for me, gotta flex on him. Niggas lie, bitches lie, 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 niggas lie, bitches lie. On my scale, keep it accurate. Had to get a plug of niggas texting shit. Niggas lie, bitches lie, niggas lie, bitches lie, niggas lie, bitches lie, niggas lie, bitches lie, niggas lie, bitches lie.
Hold up, hold up, hold up. Rafer said, turn up.
Niggas lie, bitches lie, niggas lie, bitches lie, niggas lie, bitches lie, niggas lie, bitches lie. On my scale, keep it accurate. Had to get a plug of niggas texting shit. Niggas lie, bitches lie, 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 niggas lie, bitches lie. On my scale, keep it accurate. Had to get a plug of niggas texting shit. Smoking on Shikari Bronx mixed with Obama, that's the presidential shit. Top of bag a nigga really want most, wouldn't know what to do with it. Really had to get it out the mud. Really had to get it out the dirt. With no love and no handouts, nigga really had to go and put in work. Praying facts in the mail, making home. Shout out niggas with the beans and carry on. Nigga out here doing alley capping, but you color show when that pressure's on. Hustle hard with the best of them. He a roach, nigga step on him. Dallas Tech, what I rep on him. Hadn't did it for me, gotta flex on him. Niggas lie, bitches lie, 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 niggas lie, bitches lie. On my scale, keep it accurate. Had to get a plug of niggas texting shit. Niggas lie, bitches lie, niggas lie, bitches lie, niggas lie, bitches lie, niggas lie, bitches lie, niggas lie, bitches lie.
Man, salute to everybody from the States to across the pond. Y'all know I love y'all, right? Now, hold up. Y'all know we got something coming. But shout out to Pretty Kooky for this right here, man. Y'all see her say, let's take that walk, man. Look how she coming with the amazing artwork. Y'all know we got this coming for y'all, too. We got the video ready, right? You heard me? And I love y'all to death. For real, I love y'all. Now, let's turn up real quick. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button and share this for me. We got a video coming for this soon. But let's take that walk to this new break song.
Hey, how the fuck you niggas gonna fold? Most, Yeah. See, most of these rappers be gangsters and thugs on the internet. No, I'm not really into that. We pop up right in the spot with a Glock in the fitty cap. Like, fuck nigga, give me that. But you know, I set it off at 8 in the morning. I ain't even work with CPS. Slept on the floor with the roaches and rest in the trap. Now I'm jacking these traps like, come get your beat back. Solid won't fold for no nigga. I rep for the clear. We really be stepping. He say he yelling, he probably a bust with try me. I'm live with the council connections. I think he lame on far. I'm on top of my shit like a building. You ain't gotta bash me. I ain't praying no nigga. You can't get a dollar if you ain't been broke on the cash me. Friends in the attention, vision my future like Raven. That look how I'm living. I done had foreign on born in. Fuck that designer white tees and boys that's daily. I can't see me going broke. My kids gotta eat in that boy that got getting impatient. So real nigga that told you I'm lazy. I bet that same nigga that told you that hey.
We ain't respecting
Can't get his own for begging like I own something. Calling my phone and threatening my life like he gon' come take it. You know how I'm coming. Something on the pussy, whole neck dirty up. My new forces and choking that's out with my chain. Laugh at her out while my partner recording the drama. You fuck niggas stay in your lane. Fuck all these niggas and bloggers all on my dick now. Yeah, I'm with the shit now. Ain't no gimmick, I look like a brick in the league now. Yo, bitch, you get deep now. I'm talking, you won't catch me without a stick now. They probably whack me. I'm thinking shit like a Bronco can keep it out.
Man, stop playing with me, man. Shout out to everybody on here in the States. You heard me, to across the pond. You heard me? Let me see who in the building. Shout out to the beautiful Kayla Jones, the beautiful Pretty Cookie, the beautiful Growth Renewal, the beautiful Lori Phillips, the beautiful Mo_S, the beautiful Dumpster Juice, the beautiful and the only Mary B. Y'all know I love y'all to death, right? And like I told y'all, that trash ass woman got me fucked up. And she gonna take a long walk. Cause we got some shit for her. We're gonna introduce her. She wanna play a game, so we're gonna play with her. Man, y'all gotta turn up for me. This bitch right here, baby.
Say I'm dying to catch a hoe.
Bitch,
You want?
Cause we about to turn up, y'all. Hit that like button. Share for me.
Yeah. See, most of these rappers be gangsters and thugs on the internet.
But I'm not really into that.
I pop up right in just spot with a Glock in the fitty cap.
Like, fuck nigga, give me that.
You know I said it off at 8 in the morning. I ain't even brush my teeth, bitch.
How we coming?
With the roaches and rats in the trap. I'm jacking these traps like, come get your beat back.
Solid.
I don't fall for no nigga, I rip
For the clip, we really be stepping.
He
probably a pussy.
Try me, I'm live with a
Castle connection.
I keep these lanes on top of my shit like a building. You ain't gotta bounce me. I ain't praying no niggas, you can't get a dollar.
If you ain't been broke on the couch with me.
In the century,
Vision my vision.
like Raven, that look I'm living.
I done had going on going.
Fuck that designer, white tees and boys that's dated. I can't see me going broke. My kids gotta eat.
That 40 count getting lit, bitch. Show me a nigga that tell you
I'm lazy.
I bet this a nigga that tell you that.
Hold
Hold up.
Speaking no nigga who can't get his own.
Begging like I own something.
Calling my phone and threatening my life like he gon' come take it. You know how I'm coming. I'm a pussy, whole neck dirty up. My new forces and chokers that's out with my chain. Laugh at her out while my partner recording the drama. You fuck niggas stay in your lane. Fuck all these niggas and bloggers all on my dick now. Yeah, I'm with the shit now. Ain't no gimmick, I look like a brick in the league now.
Yo, bitch, you get deep down.
I'm a target, you won't catch me without a stick now. They probably whack me. I'm thinking shit like a Bronco can keep it out safe.
Man, salute to all the beautiful motherfucking people in the building. Salute to the beautiful Lori / Marie in the building. Man, I love you motherfuckers to death. And the reason why I do is because I can always count on y'all to show up and show out for me, right? And that's very much appreciated. I want y'all to know that from the bottom of my heart, right? I really want y'all to know that, like, the way y'all show up and show out for me, I truly, in my heart, from the bottom of it, appreciate all y'all. Real talk. Because, like I stated, RFD tribe, RFD community, RFD family, if it wasn't for y'all who really rocking with me and still rocking with me through whatever, man, I wouldn't be able to do what I do. Right? I truly would. And today, let's holler at this broad, this piece of trash, right? And let her know Jim Crow isn't a meme, bitch. It's trauma. Let's take this walk, right? Let's take this walk. Because I want everybody to understand this. Using the name Jim Crow to make yourself look clever, funny, or edgy is disgusting. Absolutely vile. And this isn't a joke with me today. Because the bullshit she did, it ain't clever. It's mocking decades of Black pain, oppression, and trauma. And anyone laughing with you is complicit as fuck, you silly bitch. Every post, every comment, every laugh trying to turn Jim Crow into a punchline is a slap in the face, bitch, to real people who suffer under segregation. Like I said, with this silly rabbit tricks is for kids looking bra, you think it make you look better, bitch? Smarter? You think it makes you woke? No, bitch. It makes you look cruel, ignorant, and cowardly. Turning history of oppression into clout for yourself isn't funny. It's hate on full display, bitch. Your jokes are shameful. Your disrespect is fucking obvious. And I hope the world sees it. History sees it. And your ignorance is now on full display for everyone to witness it, bitch. Stop using racism to boost your fucking ego or your image. Stop pretending cruelty is clever, bitch. Stop joking about Jim Crow. You aren't edgy, you're disgusting, bitch. And make no mistake, this behavior will be remembered, exposed, and called out every single fucking time. And in my Alan Jackson voice, shame on you. Shout out to J2K1980 in the building. Damn, I'm glad my dog here in the building. Shout out to the beautiful Emma Rose in the building. Shout out to Chaos Queen 46 in the building. Man, I love all people, y'all. I'm going to say that again. I don't see color, right? I wasn't raised like that, to see color. I was raised to see a person for no matter what color they is, for who they is as a person, their character, the human being they are. That's how Ray from Dallas was raised. As a black kid growing up, right? As a black kid growing up, knowing the history of slavery, segregation, and everything that happened, right, to my black people, right? When you're young and you learn about that, you be mad as shit, right? Because you be like, thinking to yourself, how could this happen? How could they do people like that to where you get kind of like you feel a certain type of way, right? Shout out to Derek Corney in the building. Shout out to Helen Keller's Diary in the building. Love you, right? And it make you feel some type of way, right? Being a young kid, growing up with uncles who and aunties and people who lived through it. They telling you how it's done, and you see how the police and how it was different, right? But that's when you first understand the history, right? That don't define who the people are now in these days, right? Because we still have racist people of all color, right? And that's the truth. We still have racist people of all color. That's just the truth. But I'm talking about the way it was segregated, with black folk and slavery and segregation with that, right? But as you grow up, you see, you don't forget about what happened, but you remember that, but you can't treat everybody like they was them when you came up. And that's just the truth. And you learn that as you grow up in this time, right? I'm not talking about the time where everything was still oppression people, people were still getting treated a certain type of way, right? I didn't grow up in them times, right? I grew up in them times where I know my history, right? But I grew up in the times where the world had changed, right? It wasn't like that anymore, right? Shout out to the beautiful Swiss Miss in the building. You got a Morse code. The hell is shout out. What you mean? Y'all know I'm a boomer, so please bring me up to date. I laugh at the face of danger. Ha ha ha. Hey, look, man, I forgot what my mama, she like Texas telling me to get, right? But I did get these I think she told me to get I got these cough drops, the Vapo Cool Seville, for throatless honey lemon chill. That's what she told me yesterday, I think, right? And I also got this spray right here because I think I do sound a little better, right? I got this chloroseptic sore throat, fast acting numbs throat in seconds. Boy, and do it. Oh my. Oh my. Yo. Oh, okay, so real quick. For everybody who didn't see that, because we're gonna get into this, right? Let me take this off the screen real quick. Shout out to the beautiful, pretty cookie. Look how she coming, y'all. Look at me, got my dumpster juice right there with my look how we coming. Ain't this beautiful? Oh yeah, mama, she like that. Is that what you told me to get though? Because I was like, what is she? I was in freaking Dollar General. I was like, did she tell me to get like some lemon honey something? I was like, well, look how beautiful this work is. That pretty cookie did. Shout out to the beautiful Ray from Boston. I know, and they got me good. So for everybody who didn't see that, let me just be honest with y'all before we start. I had no idea who Helen Keller was, right? No idea. So just know that. But no, you did amazing work. Look how me and Dumpster coming right there, y'all. Look how we coming. Like, don't I, beautiful Mary B? But look, for anybody who didn't see that, right? Of the Helen Keller, because I want to start off funny because we're going to get serious in a minute. We're going to talk because I got an audio, right? And this is going to be a long series because we're going to get through the first one. We got a bunch of them because we're going to show her how we coming. I told her, I'm not the one, I'm the right one. And fucking with Jimmy ain't the right thing to do, bitch. Right? Because I fucks with Jimmy. Like real talk. What's understood don't got to be said. Just know y'all gotta know that, Jack. What's understood don't got to be said. But look, I didn't know who Helen Keller was. If y'all knew her, we've been here 3 months. Like I done had so many boomer moments on her. Like where like they got me. But this was the one where I had no idea. Look, I didn't know who Helen Keller was. That's all I'm gonna tell you. All right. So y'all check this out. It's going and then we're gonna get into it. A motherfucking shirt. We always come back to that. But salute to Helen Keller's dog. Salute to Jimmy, man, for the 12 murders of motherfucking shirt. We always come back to that. But salute to Helen Keller's diary. She said, thank you for shutting her up and blessing our ears, even though I'm deaf. Watch this, y'all. I'm gonna turn you up because I don't know how to answer that. But thank you so much. I'm being honest, y'all. I don't know how to answer that, but I'm gonna turn you up for that. Oh man. Oh, that's great. And yeah, no, seriously. Because she said thank you for shutting her up. Shout out to Dusty Rose, LA. Even though I'm deaf. Oh. I didn't know. I'm sorry. I just didn't know how to answer that, child. I didn't want to be insensitive. Thank you so much. I love you to death. Let me turn up for her. Oh my God. That's the beautiful Law 77. I'm sorry. Oh my God. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh my. Oh no. Not the right. Oh no. Oh, damn. No. Oh, sorry. Oh man. Y'all gonna laugh at me. Laugh at me.
Boy, y'all got these niggas a gang. But we do not want that smoke with y'all. Oh God, we do not want that smoke with y'all. Hey, whatever he said, we don't got no fuss in the game.
Oh, wait, man. Okay, y'all. Oh my God. Yeah. I really should. Oh my God. Y'all got me. Well, yeah, that's the gist of it, y'all. They got me. Well, I got myself, right? I got myself. This is the honest truth. But I just want to play that real quick. And we're finna get back into this, right? I want y'all to see that beautiful artwork right there. That the beautiful, pretty Cookie did. I love this one right here too. Like I stated, for everybody who's just coming in, and make sure y'all hit that share button and like this for me, y'all, because we're not playing no games, right? Cause we're gonna make sure she understand how we coming. You know, this racist piece of shit in Mary Boo Boo. She gonna get the message. Because like I said, using the name Jim Crow to make yourself look clever, funny, or edgy is disgusting, bitch, and absolutely vile. This isn't a joke, bitch, and it ain't clever. Like I said, it's mocking decades of Black pain, oppression, and trauma. And anyone laughing with you is complicit as shit. Every post, every comment, every laugh trying to turn Jim Crow into a punchline is a slap in the face to real people who suffer under segregation. You think it makes you look better, bitch, smarter, woke, bitch? No. It makes you look like a cruel bitch, an ignorant bitch, a cowardly bitch. Turning the history of oppression into clout for yourself isn't funny. It's hate on full display, bitch. Your jokes are shameful. Your disrespect is obvious, bitch. And I hope the world sees it, because the history do. And your ignorance, bitch, is now on full display for everyone to witness it. And I promise y'all, she gonna get this work. Because we're not here to play. And I mean that. I mean that because, like I stated, everybody made a big fucking deal, right? A big deal, you know. Shout out to the Key 4465 in the building. Everybody made a big deal when I said, you know, I want to stick, you know, my stuff and touch the little tingly thing in the back of her throat. That was a huge deal. They still talking about it. They say I hate women. They say I hate women. And we know damn well that ain't true. But guess what? They running with it. Everybody ran with it. Even people on this side was questioning. Even people on this side saw and say, I hate women. I'm like, huh? Me? Me? Oh, okay. But this broad tried to call the great Prince Jimmy Jim Crow, and she said this last night, right? Because he was using the word nigger or niggerish in a joking form. Like black folks use cracker or crackerish. You know, just people said it's a bunch of shit that people use in jokingly form. And she tried to use that, right? And call him Jim Crow. That's what she had me fucked up. And that's what a lot of people got me fucked up to now. Because I'm still looking. I see all them bitch ass folks on there comment on the post. I ain't gonna never respond to them bitches on X or nothing because, you know, it is what it is. Right? But they on there defending the shit. They ain't on there calling the bitch out and saying, how dare you? But they said, how dare me? Right? When I said what I said. And that's the truth. And we're not going to let it go. They call me a special black friend, a token black friend. That crooked eye bitch said, oh, I sound so aggressive. And the bitch said I was threatening her line, crooked eye bitch. She said that. She said that. So Lori, she put some text messages out, right, of Jimmy in a jokingly form saying the word nigger or niggerish. And like I said, I put my hand up, right? Because I said, man, get the fuck out of here with that shit, bitch. Because everybody playing joke like that. I'm the first one to raise my hand up and say that we play like that. Yeah, and like Mo, the beautiful Mo S said, right, let me make sure I put these comments up. My bad, y'all. I'm sorry, I just be into it. Right? So I'm like, we joke like that with our friends on the phone. I had my partner JG on her. Right? You know? Right? But it was just a jokingly form, right? And that's real shit. And taking no fucking type of way. But see, what I took a certain type of way is what a bitch tried to compare. That's and call him Jim Crow. You sloppy, crooked eye bitch. But how dare you? But when I said what I said, like the beautiful Mo said, again, because a black man said it, is she outraged? Right? Like real talk. I'm not on here for them childish ass games that these stupid ass folks like to play. They like to try to twist every word and try to fucking, you know, play that part. But when this bitch said Jim Crow, man, that's when she had me fucked up. You don't play like that. That's something that you don't do, y'all. And I'm being honest, you do not do that when we know what that was about. But she gonna learn because she is going to hear this, and all you stupid motherfuckers who agreeing with her, y'all can fuck yourself. Right? I'm talking about the motherfuckers who posting all of y'all can fuck yourself and go choke on a horse. Like real talk. Cause like I said, they show you who people really is. Right? I only see my beautiful people who I see on a regular basis. On there holding it down for me. That's it. I'm like, where's everybody else? Yeah, that's what. You know, the one day I was gonna say a whole horse, the one day alone. I was like, where they at? I was like, where everybody else at? I was like, damn. I seen everybody else, you know, say something, have an opinion about me. And like Mo said, then because a black man said it, you know, they were outraged. What about this white woman trying to say this about a white man? Because he used the word in a jokingly way that I done did before. There's a lot of people I know done did. Shout out to the beautiful Kayla Jones. You ain't never late, baby. You always on time. All right? And I'm not standing for none of that because we all know who the great Prince Jimmy is. That's a good man. Right? Great man. His work is spectacular, right? He one of the best doing it. And he ain't got nothing like that in his body. Right? I don't give a fuck about people joking around. Judge me then, bitches. Tell me that because I did it too. I didn't joke like that, but it was in a joking way. The fuck are y'all talking about? You know, that shit hurt. It hurt because she compared him to that fucking cruel ass Jim Crow segregation shit. Right? And the nerve of this bitch. Shout out to the beautiful Denise Strick in the building to do that and laugh about it. Everybody in the comment section, you know, clapping their hands and stomping their feet like some whores. Right? And that shit showed me like, damn, do they know what the fuck they doing? Do they understand the stupid shit the bitch said? They understand that. And like Mo said, he using it for our own gun. She know he is a racist. She is saying it to inflame people, right? And that's facts. And it's fucked up. It's shout for joy, right? And it's fucked up. You will say some cruel shit like that and shit on all the people who went through that, you dirty white bitch. So you're gonna take this walk with me. And we finna enjoy this walk because I'm gonna show y'all how we come. Real talk. It's the audio, y'all. Just gonna speed it up a little bit. We're gonna make sure cause look, I'm telling y'all, She gonna see. Hold on 1 second.
Years of who we were, who we are, and who we will become for the humanity. Major funding for.
Here we go, y'all.
Major funding for the rise and fall of Jim Crow is provided by the National Endowment. Who we will be. Additional funding is provided.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Hold up. Wait a minute. Hold up. Wait a minute. Let me put some Miss Lily in it. She said, Ray, you are a man of conviction. You can see through a lot of BS. That's why we love you. And I love you too, Miss Lily. Look, y'all, she just blessed me. So y'all know, we're going to have to turn up to the new intro. Miss Lily, tell me what you think about it. Everybody, make sure y'all like, share. Miss Lily, I'm telling you, I mean everything I'm saying because I would not let this white devilish broad try to play my white brother, not by blood, right? You know, and not by even knowing him, just by respecting him as who he is. And let her throw any dirt on his name. She got me fucked up because, like I say, I'm not the one. I'm the right one. Now, y'all, why I do, because Miss Lily just blessed me. Look how she blessed me, right? I love her for that. And we finna turn up to the sun rays, because this ain't my shit, this our shit. This the sun rays new intro. Turn up for Miss Lily and throw them hearts up, y'all.
Bitches lie, niggas lie, bitches lie, niggas lie, bitches lie, niggas lie, bitches lie, niggas lie, bitches lie. On my scale, keep it accurate. Had to get unplug a niggas texting shit. Niggas lie, bitches lie, 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 niggas lie, bitches lie. On my scale, keep it accurate. Had to get unplug a niggas texting shit. Smoking on Shikari Bronx mixed with Obama, that's the presidential shit. Type of bag a nigga really want, most wouldn't know what to do with it. Really had to get it out the mud. Really had to get it out the dirt. With no love and no handouts, nigga really had to go and put in work. Praying packs in the mail, making home. Shout out niggas with the beans and carry on. Nigga out here doing alley capping, but you color show when that pressure's on. Hustle hard with the best of them. He a roach, nigga step on him. Dallas Tech, what I rep on him. Hadn't did it for me, gotta flex on him. Niggas lie, bitches lie, 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 niggas lie, bitches lie. On my scale, keep it accurate. Had to get unplug a niggas texting shit. Niggas lie, bitches lie, niggas lie, bitches lie, niggas lie, bitches lie, niggas lie, bitches lie, niggas lie, bitches lie.
Hold up, hold up, hold up. Rafer said, turn up.
Okay, now for sure we can hear that. I want, you know, I got to play that. You know, y'all got to see how Dumpster coming. You understand me? Y'all know I love the shit out Dumpster. Y'all know I'm coming behind her. Let's get to it real quick. Let's turn up for Miss Lily. This is gonna be the new break song and a new intro too as well. We're gonna have a bunch of them.
Hey, hold these niggas on most myself.
Hold up, y'all. Hold up.
Yeah. See, most of these rappers be gangsters and thugs on the internet. I'm not really into that. We pop up.
My bad.
Hey,
Turn up.
hold on, these niggas on most myself. Yeah. See, most of these rappers be gangsters and thugs on the internet. I'm not really into that. We pop up right into spot with a Glock in the 50 cal.
Like, fuck nigga, give me that.
You know, I set it off at 8 in the
I'm
morning.
like that.
I ain't even brush my teeth yet. Step on the floor with the roaches and rats in the trap. Now I'm checking these traps.
Like, come get your beat back.
Solid won't fold for no nigga.
I rip for the clip, we really be stepping. He probably a pussy. Cancer connection. Turn up.
You ain't gotta bash me. You praying no nigga, you can't get a dollar.
You ain't been broke on the couch with me.
It's in my vision like Raven and look how I'm living.
I done hit going, I'm going. Hold up. Yeah.
Going broke, my kids gotta eat in that boy that kept getting it paid.
Told you the
nigga that told you I'm lazy. I bet that same nigga that told you that hate.
Hold up.
No nigga who can't get his own.
We're bigger like our own soul. Hold up. Like he gon' you know how I'm coming. Hold up.
My new forces chokers that's out with my chain. Laugh at the hour while my partner recording the drama. You fuck niggas stay in your lane. Fuck all these niggas and bloggers all on my dick now.
Yeah, I'm with the shit now.
Ain't no gimmick, I look like a brick
Breaking the leak now. Your bitch to get dick down.
I'm a target, you won't catch me without a stick now. They probably a whack. I'm thinking shit like a bomb, we can keep it out safe. I'm dying to catch a whole leg in the bed.
Man, salute to Miss Lily for turning me up, man. I appreciate that for real. Because that do help the show. Like I said, if y'all want to help the show grow, y'all see the cash out, Venmo and PayPal up there. And then we monetize again. Y'all know we went 2 months without being monetized, but y'all know I ain't give a fuck. Y'all know how I'm coming. We still gonna keep it coming. Regardless. Hold up. Y'all know my last time saying. Y'all know I made that regardless. Hold up. And regardless where something else ain't it, y'all. But look, thank you, Miss Lily. And yeah, I'm definitely a man of conviction. And I stand on it. You know, I try to be quiet, but I can't. But like, I can, but you know, like when this shit happened right here, that was it. All gloves off now for this dirty blonde head, crooked eye bitch. Right? So let's get back into this, y'all. Yeah, regardless, you heard me? Let's get into it.
MacArthur Foundation.
For the next. He begins his strange career as a malicious minstrel caricature of a black man, created by a white man to amuse white audiences. Jim Crow would come to symbolize one of the most tragic eras of race relations in American history, a time deeply rooted in promise and contradiction. 1865, 4 million Americans, slaves simply because they were born black, were now free. But in little over a decade, that promise was gone, replaced by a rigid system of laws designed to keep blacks from experiencing any of their newly achieved rights. It would be known as the era of Jim Crow, the American form of racial apartheid.
I tried to lean inside and get me a cup of water. And those white people beat me till I was unconscious. They thought I was dead.
My dad said, as long as you're living in this South, you don't have to go to the back door in this town. And you just settle for that. He said, well, one thing I want you to swear and promise to me, that you will never get used to it.
I'm not ashamed of the segregated and Jim Crow experience, all because we were able to devise techniques for survival that permitted us to abide our time and to wait until our change comes.
As most blacks were willing to bide their time, some began to fight back. In the late 1880s and 90s, they...
You know what? I'm finna try. I'm finna try, y'all. I'm gonna try to see if I can get this on her. Because I want y'all to see this. And if we have problems, just let me know. If it ain't playing right, just let me know. Because this is really important. Y'all, I mean, the audio just ain't gonna get it. So hopefully, y'all don't, take me. I'm gonna try. I want y'all to see this audio for real. 1 second. 1 second. Let me know if we fucking up, y'all. All right, y'all see that? Now, hopefully, we good. I don't know. We'll see.
Voting rights, build their own communities, schools, businesses, and churches, and to demand redress against mob violence and lynching. The white supremacists fought back. In 1919, the Ku Klux Klan, which had been a Southern idiosyncrasy, became a national ideology. White supremacy, the power behind Jim Crow, was invincible. And over the next decade, the violence against blacks would grow even more horrific. But black Americans continued to battle, using the power of the press and ultimately the power of the courts to pursue their quest for freedom and equality against racism. The rise and fall of Jim Crow is their story. The story of strong men and women who would never accept the demeaning, threatening, and perilous world of Jim Crow. The rise and fall of Jim Crow is the story of those who, in the face of unending terror, achieved triumphs. Triumphs that would in time make America a better place, not just for themselves, but for all of us. Conflict over black emancipation is as old as the nation. In 1861, the South left the Union rather than remain part of a country that restricted the expansion of slavery. At first, Abraham Lincoln saw the struggle as simply a war to save the nation. But in time, he would recast the Civil War as a war to end slavery. On January 1st, 1863, he issued the Emancipation Proclamation, freeing all slaves in the Confederate States. 6 months after the South surrendered, Congress ratified the 13th Amendment, abolishing slavery. The federal government had made a promise to the former slaves, these newly freed men and women who knew what they wanted: education and the right to vote, equal rights in the courts, and mostly land.
What is it that your people need now that you're free? Our people need land, and they need tools to work the land. So there we began to see the priority to own our own land.
Every colored man will be a slave and feel himself a slave until he can raise his own bale of cotton and put his own mark upon it and says, "This is mine." Without independence and self-employment, freedom would be meaningless. Peter Hall.
On Edisto Island off the coast of South Carolina, thousands of newly freed blacks were making that dream come true. On land abandoned by their former masters and given to them by the Union Army, they had built schools and churches, established family and community life. But they had heard rumors that their future was at risk. Lincoln had...
So as we can see how it's going so far, right? And we got a lot to get through. But I want to see, she finna see why she shouldn't have never went there. And anybody who support that racist, crooked eye broad, fuck you.
Been assassinated, and a Southerner, Andrew Johnson, was president. Johnson fought to save the Union, but not to free slaves. "This is a country for white men," he said, "and as long as I'm president, it will be a government for white men."
Sometimes I feel like a motherless child.
On October 19th, 1865, a boat carrying a deeply troubled Union general, Oliver O. Howard, slowly made its way toward Edisto. Howard was known as the Christian General, a deeply religious man who hated slavery. He was in charge of the new Freedmen's Bureau, established by Congress that year to protect the confiscated lands given to the former slaves. Howard was revered second only to Lincoln by free blacks.
They got the message from the Freedmen's Bureau that the general was coming back, General Oliver O. Howard, who they were expecting to hear nothing but good news from him, because he was the man who had told them about how this land now was transferred to them and that they owned it and they didn't have to worry about massa no more and everything. He asked them to gather together at the church on Edisto. So over 2,000 people came from all amongst the oak trees and all back off in the woods and from their shacks and their dirt roads to meet there at the church to hear this new discussion about their land.
I have been sent by the...
So, as you see, you trash-ass white woman, you want to play, right? You see what they was promised. You see what Abraham Lincoln did, right? You see why they were so excited after all the years of slavery that they went through, bitch. I hate you. You white trash crooked eye bitch. I hate you for real.
President, to tell you that your old masters have been pardoned and their plantations...
Your old master has been pardoned.
...are to be given back to them, and that they would hire blacks to work for them. Lay aside your bitter feelings and be reconciled to them. General Oliver O. Howard.
So people were enraged and people started hollering out, no, ain't no way. No, that ain't what you tell us before. No, sir.
General Howard, why do you take away our lands? You take them from us who are true, always true to the government. You give them to our all-time enemies. The man who gave me 39 lashes and who stripped and flogged my mother and sister, who keeps land from me well knowing I would not have anything to do with him if I had land of my own. That man I cannot well forgive. A freedman.
Some went into nobody know the trouble we see. And some went into motherless child, and all those things rippled off the sea.
Like a motherless child, a long way from home.
1 year later, in 1866, Congress, recognizing continued Southern resistance to black emancipation, passed the 14th and 15th Amendments, guaranteeing blacks the right to vote and due process of law. The time of Reconstruction had begun, but many whites did not plan on fulfilling the intentions of the new laws. Mississippi passed a black code, giving courts the right to apprentice former slaves, with preference to their former owners.
The Negro is free whether we like it or not. For the purity and progress of both races, they must accept their place in the lower order of things. That place is the cotton fields of the South. Such is the rule of the plantation and the law of God. Governor Benjamin Humphreys.
But blacks did not see themselves trapped in the cotton fields. They used their vote to elect black representatives, sat on juries, and sent their children to school.
What had alarmed the white South during Reconstruction was not evidence of black failure, but evidence of black success, evidence of black assertion, evidence of black independence, evidence of black advancement, and evidence that black men were learning the uses of political power.
If intimidation would not keep blacks in their place, then violence might. In the same year that Reconstruction began, Nathan Bedford Forrest, a Confederate general, founded the Ku Klux Klan. The image of the Klan in white hoods killing blacks by the light of burning crosses would forever be etched in the American mind.
The way white supremacists made sure that ex-slaves would...
Real quick, my people, let me take a little break real quick. We'll be right back. Don't go nowhere, because I had to step away and we got to come back. Y'all know how I come sometimes. So give me real quick. We'll be right back in a few seconds. Just give me real quick. Let me just play a minute of this song. Let me just play Jimmy. Got me shook.
That's how I handle trauma.
But I'm very surprised at how many people loved it. People really loved it. Really, really loved it. Oh my God, you guys all liked it? Okay. I got your back regardless. Regardless of what? What do you mean regardless? Why'd you add regardless in there, Ray? I got your back regardless. Regardless. How come it's not just got your back, end of sentence? Regardless. Remind me to read your essay over again. I might have missed something. Ray from Dallas. Double check his work. Regardless. Huh. Okay. Okay, Raymond. Okay, Raymond. All right, we're going to check the hype leaderboard at the end of class.
Okay, Raymond. Okay. Well, look, y'all. We want to go back a little bit on this. Let's continue.
Here, to protect the confiscated lands given to the former slaves. Howard was revered second only to Lincoln by free blacks.
They got the message from the Freedmen's Bureau that the general was coming back, General Oliver O. Howard, who they were expecting to hear nothing but good news from him because he was the man who had told them about how this land now was transferred to them and that they owned it and they didn't have to worry about massa no more and everything. He asked them to gather together at the church on Edisto. So over 2,000 people came from all amongst the oak trees and all back off in the woods and from their shacks and their dirt roads to meet there at the church to hear this new discussion about their land.
I have been sent by the president to tell you that your old masters have been pardoned, and their plantations are to be given back to them, and that they would hire blacks to work for them. Lay aside your bitter feelings and be reconciled to them.
Lay aside your bitter
Oliver
feelings.
O. Howard.
So people were enraged and people started hollering out, no, ain't no way.
Lay aside your bitter feelings, huh? Are you kidding me? Is this what you playing with, Mary shit?
All back off in the woods and from their shacks and their dirt roads to meet there at the church to hear this new discussion about their land.
I have been sent by the president to tell you that your old masters have been pardoned, and their plantations are to be given back to them, and that they would hire blacks to work for them. Lay aside your bitter feelings and be reconciled to them. General Oliver O. Howard.
Lay aside. Shout out to the guy, my homie Bob Brown in the building. They say lay aside your bitter feelings. Right. Mary shit, you trash ass, white, crooked eye ass woman. You gonna get this work. You the racist piece of shit. And you showed it. Oh, I got you though.
So people
Now,
were
see,
enraged
they say
and
one
people
to
started
four.
hollering out, no, ain't no way. No, that ain't what you tell us before. No, sir.
General Howard, why do you take away our lands? You take them from us who are true, always true to the government. You give them to our all-time enemies. The man who gave me 39 lashes and who stripped and flogged my mother and sister, who keeps land from me well knowing I would not have anything to do with him if I had land of my own. That man I cannot well forgive. A freedman.
Some went into nobody know the trouble we see. And some went into motherless child and all those things rippled off.
Right? Look at this. Back in the day, what happened and how it's supposed to be free and how I got all snatched to win. This was this piece of shit ass white crooked banana peel head long neck giraffe bitch tried to compare Jimmy to. You dirty white bitch. Anybody who fuck with this whore, fuck you.
Like a motherless child, a long way from home.
See, we standing on business around here. We ain't gonna let this white crocodile racist ass woman get away with what she said. And how she tried to send her laughter and giggles. These two and that other orange face ass white woman. They think it's a game. They think that they were doing something for clout. Hey, them bitches thought they was clever, bitch. It's disgusting what you whores did.
One year later, in 1866, Congress, recognizing continued Southern resistance to black emancipation, passed the 14th and 15th Amendments, guaranteeing blacks the right to vote and due process of law. The time of Reconstruction had begun, but many whites did not plan on fulfilling the intentions of the new laws. Mississippi passed it.
You hear that, you piece of shit? Mary, bitch, you. The whites, they didn't plan to do that, bitch.
A black code, giving courts the right to apprentice former slaves, with preference to their former owners.
The Negro is free whether we like it or not. For the purity and progress of both races, they must accept their place in the lower order of things. That place is the cotton fields of the South. Such is the rule of the plantation.
Our place, the cotton field of the South. You hear that? You hear that? What the noise at? This what she compared Jimmy to, this dirty bitch. Compared the great Prince Jimmy to, you dirty bitch. Fuck you, bitch. You crooked eye note looking everywhere, bitch. Fuck you. And that's what I'm saying. They tried to come at me. Right over some, this nothing, you can wipe my shit away compared to what this bitch said and what she did and how she tried to portray this fucking cosplay. I mean that. Where's the noise?
And the law of God. Governor Benjamin Humphreys.
But blacks did not see themselves trapped in the cotton fields. They used their vote to elect black representatives, sat on juries, and sent their children to school.
What had alarmed the white South during Reconstruction was not evidence of black failure, but evidence of black success, evidence of black assertion, evidence of black independence, evidence of black advancement.
I want to know, like I said, I love all people. This has nothing to do with what them cruel people did back in the day. This ain't the people of today, right? This is a message to this bitch to not ever, do what she did. And it's fucked up, right? I see nothing but everybody there was a lot of people on this side and everybody on that side, they had an opinion about me, telling me to stick my junk and touch the little tingly thing in the back of the throat. Yeah, performative fiend outrage cosplay, right? But they ran with that. They ran with it, y'all. Where is the noise on this, right? Because when a person compare somebody, when they using the word in a jokingly way, that's who the real racist is, especially when they do it out of spite.
And evidence that black men were learning the uses of political power.
If intimidation would not keep blacks in their place, then violence might. In the same year that Reconstruction began, Nathan Bedford Forrest, a Confederate general, founded the Ku Klux Klan. The image of the Klan in white hoods killing blacks by the light of burning crosses would forever be etched in the American mind.
The way white supremacists made sure that ex-slaves would fall back into place or nearly back into place was terror.
You hear that, you piece of shit, bro? It was terror. Terror, bitch. Terror. You white racist crooked eye bitch. It was terror, right? Beating. All types of things did to black folk, bitch. And you compare Jimmy to that, you dumb crooked eye bitch. like I said, when a person do something like she did, she deserves to be fired from a motherfucking job, right? She on the time my old people trying, bitch, you deserve to get fired from your job, bitch. Yeah, like you say, she just said, she said, I bet my whole crop that Mary shit has no idea what Juneteenth even is, right? You piece of shit, bitch.
Beating people up, burning down their houses, shooting them, just the usual physical mayhem of personal violence.
Although they were beaten into submission and retreat, 1869 offered a glimmer of hope with the election of Civil War hero Ulysses S. Grant to the presidency, and Grant delivered. He sent federal troops to the South to counter groups like the Klan. But for the black community...
See, I'm from the South, bitch, born and raised Dallas, Texas. All right? Texas is that. You know about Texas and the history down here, bitch? Man.
Even federal intervention was not enough.
The question of, should we stay at home in the South? Should we stay at home in the United States? Should we move somewhere else to the North? Should we move to the West? Or should we leave the United States entirely?
Feeling trapped and helpless and in need of answers, some turned to an unlikely source, an old man who had been born in slavery.
We needed land for our children. That caused my heart to grieve in sorrow. Pity for my race caused me to work for them. Confidence has perished and faded away. We are going to leave the South. Pap Singleton.
In 1874, Pap Singleton, a former slave, would lead a group of 300 blacks to Kansas. John Brown struck his first blow against slavery there. God must be in Kansas, and black people wanted to go where God was. No one spoke this call stronger than Sojourner Truth.
I have prayed so long that my people would go to Kansas, and that God would make straight the way before them. This colored people is gonna be a people. Do you think God has them robbed and scourged all the...
When we was colored people, Mary shit, right?
The days of their life for nothing.
Many of the people saw their promised land. They saw their Jordan River being those places that they had to cross over into, where freedom would be away from those who had basically had their feet on their necks all this time, just like the Pharaoh had done in the Bible. So many of them followed their leaders so that they could have their life to themselves, however they wanted that to be built.
They also believed in the God of Daniel, who was an avenging God. This is the God of the apocalypse, the God of the second coming, the God of the decision of who was going to go to heaven and who was going to go to hell.
But as much as Kansas loomed as a promised land for many blacks, getting there could become a journey through hell. Many would perish from starvation and exposure. One group fell victim to yellow fever, and there was always the fear of murderous whites.
I saw colored men and women cast themselves to the ground in despair, heard them groan and shout their lamentations. What is to become of these wretched people, God only knows. Here were nearly 500,000, scattered along the banks of the mighty Mississippi, without shelter, without food, with no hope of escaping from their present surrounding, and hardly a chance of returning from whence they came. Riverboat captain.
Survived to make it to Kansas. They found a land of hard winters, torrential rains, and violent tornadoes. But through spiritual and emotional conviction, they sustained themselves. And within a few years, over 20 towns would be built. But not all blacks thought the answer was to leave the South. Frederick Douglass, a former slave who had become the leading black voice for abolition, opposed any mass exodus.
The country will be told of the hundreds who go to Kansas, but not of the thousands who stay in Mississippi. They will be told of the destitute who require material aid, but not of the multitude who are bravely sustaining themselves where they are. If the people of this country cannot be protected in every state of the Union, the sovereignty of the nation is an empty one, and the power in individual states is greater than the power of the United States. Frederick Douglass.
In 1877, Republican President Rutherford B. Hayes, who had won the election by making a deal for electoral votes from Southern Democrats, pulled federal troops from the South. The party of Lincoln had betrayed the former slaves. Reconstruction was over. Whites began to reassert their power over blacks, politically, legally, and economically. And nowhere was this change more crushing than for those blacks who were farmers, most of whom were sharecroppers.
Owners controlled their little worlds. So there was no police power, there was no federal power, there was no state power that actually made a difference on the ground. So you had relations of dependency built around obedience and submission. That was the ideology of the culture of slavery, obedience and submission.
Here was the black man, having very limited education, not knowing how to figure and to read, with the books being kept by the white man who is giving him his supplies to start a crop, and likewise owned the land. When the black man ended up at the end of the year and brought his crop in, the white man immediately arranged to outfigure him.
The man would take your cotton, and then the man at the store, you had credit, he run the books up on you, so you didn't have nothing. You work a whole year and hand pick 40 bales of cotton and come out with nothing.
Frustrated by the unfulfilled promise of emancipation, blacks turned to the next generation, to their children. They believed education would be the key to overcome white dominance. One man would come to symbolize this hope: Booker T. Washington. Born into slavery, Washington had managed to learn to read and write, and at 9 he worked in a salt mine. But within 25 years, Washington had been a student and a teacher at the Hampton Institute, and was invited to be principal of a new school in Alabama. That school was Tuskegee. Arriving in a community of farms and sharecroppers, where attending school was rare, if at all, Washington faced a great challenge: to build a school, attract students, recruit teachers. On July 4th, 1881, in the Zion Hill Baptist Church, the Tuskegee Institute was born. Washington and his 30 recruits believed the only way to one day have their own buildings would be to build them themselves.
The reason that it started as an industrial school was because they had nothing, and so they had to build, grow, and make everything, like harness making, because they needed to have harnesses for the farm animals. Carpentry, because they needed to build the...
See, she don't understand what she did and what the fuck she said and how ignorant of a white crocodile bitch she is. But she gonna continue to take this walk with me, bitch, because I'm gonna let you know the filth you are, you dirty white crocodile bitch. You dirty white crocodile racist, long giraffe neck, banana peel head, metal face bitch.
buildings, brick masonry, because they needed to make the bricks. These kinds of trades, printing, shoemaking, tailoring.
She want to play with, talking about, you comparing Jimmy to this bitch? You stupid fucking whore. I hate that bitch, man. Like I tell you, I'm gonna ask God to forgive me, but I hate this bitch.
Carpentry, all of these.
For sure.
These things.
Yeah, no, it's history time for this bitch, right? Because she, look, She think it's all fun and cute and games and what she was doing. And her and that other orange-faced snickery-eyed bitch, they was on there laughing. Ain't no fucking injustice for what the fuck you did, bitch. Nothing. You can't come back from this, hoe. Nothing.
Things that they could use to build a business.
One student who found opportunity at Tuskegee was a young man named William Holtzclaw. His parents, especially his mother, Addie, were passionate about getting an education for their children. They even built their own school.
I remember my parents went into the forest and cut pine poles 8 inches in diameter, split them in half, carried them on their shoulders to a nice shady spot, and built a schoolhouse. There were no floors, no chimneys, and the benches were made of the same material.
Addie Holtzclaw will provide schemes.
That's how black folk had it, bitch. You know, by the slave owners and they was our masters, right, bitch? You know, they said we was free and they came and snatched it all the way back, right, bitch? And these laws they made up to keep us down, bitch. This what you playing with? Okay, you dirty white racist bitch.
That allowed William and his brother to get an education for most of the year.
The landlord wanted us to pick cotton, but mother wanted me to remain in school. So she used to out-general him by hiding me behind skillets, ovens, and pots. Then she would slip me to school the back way, pushing me through the woods and underbrush until it was safe for me to travel alone.
Whenever see what's happening, bitch? You see what's going on? You see what they had to do?
Well, someone had wanted to go to school. They would make sure that one of them went and that one stayed at home. Because if they didn't, if both of them were gone, the overseer would come around and would say, "Where are those boys?" And he would get upset. So in order to make sure that that didn't happen.
The overseer, bitch. So one kid had to go to school and one kid had to stay home. You know why? Because where them boys had to pick the cotton, you dirty white crooked-eyed bitch, you and that sunburned orange-faced bitch. You white hoes are the racists.
She'd send one to school and leave one at home to do the work. So when the overseer came around and needed someone, she would call them and they would be there.
But the limited education was never going to propel the Holtzclaw children beyond the bondage of sharecropping, where if the landowner didn't cheat you, the weather might. William Holtzclaw heard about Tuskegee. He wrote Booker T. Washington a letter.
Dear Book, I want to go to Tuskegee to get an education. Can I come?
The letter found its way. Come, Washington replied.
When I walked out on campus, I was startled at what I saw. There before my eyes was a huge pair of mules drawing a machine plow, which to me at the time was a mystery. There were girls cultivating flowers and boys erecting huge brick buildings. Some were hitching horses and driving carriages, while others were milking cows and making cheese. I found some boys studying drawings and others hammering irons, each with an intense earnestness that I had never seen in young men.
Then you got the crooked-eyed bitch say she not like that, but this is what you compare Jimmy to, you dumb bitch. It's the worst fucking thing you could have did. You dumb, racist, white, crooked-eyed bitch.
When he first got to Tuskegee, he was really amazed that there were so many things he didn't know. He was also amazed as to how they organized the students in the dormitory setting, particularly himself, because he had never slept between two sheets. And when he went to the dorm, he was sleeping, as they say, ready roll. He had all of his clothes on, and someone had to come in and tell him that you have such a thing as a night shirt and a shirt that you wear during the day.
My plan was for them to see not only the utility of labor, but its beauty and dignity. They would be taught how to lift labor up from drudgery and toil, and they would learn to love work for its own sake. We wanted them to return to the plantation districts and show people there how to put new energy and new ideas into farming, as well as the intellectual and moral and religious life of the people. Booker T. Washington.
Washington's vision would bear fruit. In less than a decade, Tuskegee had over 1,000 acres of land, 14 buildings, a farm, and a dozen shops, from a laundry to a blacksmith, with an enrollment of 400 students and 28 teachers. Washington wanted his students at Tuskegee to learn to work and work hard, no matter how menial the task. He also wanted to keep Southern whites from feeling threatened.
That's why they thought Booker T. Washington was the great godsend, that somehow he'd come forward with an educational philosophy which said, in effect, that you can educate a people and still keep them subordinate. And he once gave a talk in a speech, and I think it's the most concrete example, where he was given the talk, and actually he was asked this question by a white farmer. He says, why should I send Mandy to Tuskegee to learn how to cook when she can spit in a skillet and know whether it's hot? And Washington's response was, the purpose of industrial education is to teach her not to spit in the skillet, not to teach her to be something other than a cook, but to be a better cook, to be a better sharecropper, to be a better mine worker. And so whites really, thought this is a godsend. We now come up with a philosophy of education that can keep people in their place and even teach them to be better within their place. And they thought that that was possible. They learned very quickly that that was not possible.
At the Haynes School in Augusta, Georgia, its founder, Lucy Laney, would expand Washington's philosophy of teaching and take it in a different direction. She insisted upon developing her children's full potential. Her students studied English, mathematics, history, chemistry, physics, psychology, sociology, French, and German. What we need to develop, Laney said, is minds, not hands. Race leaders, not followers. Laney was especially interested in training young Black women to be teachers.
The educated Negro woman is needed in the schoolroom, not only in the kindergarten and primary school, but in the high school and the college. She may give advice and knowledge that will change a whole community and start its people on the upward way.
African-American women were playing a much more critical role than what was common in American education generally. They were critical as educational leaders, but even within the trenches in local communities, in terms of fundraising and teaching and support groups, that you cannot really understand the development of African-American education without really appreciating the leadership of African-American women.
Teaching was a very important profession for Black women in this period of time. It was not just a profession, but it was a mission to uplift African Americans, to teach people to read, to also teach them the ways of this,
I just want to let y'all know we're not going to do that. Helen, love you to death, but I love all people, and this just breaking this broad down of what white people did back in the day. Right now, she tried to compare the great Prince Jimmy to it, right? Yeah, it sucked back then, but we it's always gonna be in the history. But it's a new day today. We're gonna show her she shouldn't have never fucking opened her mouth and said that dumb shit ever.
As free people.
But Black teachers had to show real ingenuity. Black schools were often barren affairs with few books, maps, pencils, or pens.
We had students draw the national flag on the blackboard. These flags were assigned a place of honor on the board and became a permanent picture in the room for years. Pupils were careful not to erase the flag when they erased the blackboard.
The positive image of Laney and others was hopeful, but the reality for most blacks was hard, back-breaking work and servitude.
I've been a factory hand, janitor, porter, and butler, and wiping engines on the railroad. I worked as a helper for a carpenter and laying bricks for masons. I've been a driver of teams, a pick and shovel man, and drove steel for a section boss. I was a hand on the Mississippi and working in a steel foundry, and seemed like I did 100 more jobs.
My grandma would work in the tub washing the clothes of the prominent white people of our city. And for all of that washing, for the whole white family, washing and then ironing, she got $1.50 for the whole family laundry at the end of it. So there were several families that she had, but it was just $1.50. For all of that work.
White folks didn't have no feeling for you. They pretended they did. They had nannies to give their child comfort. That was my name, Nanny. They would
My bad, child. $1.50, right? You see, she washed all the prominent white people clothes. You dirty blonde, 600-inch giraffe neck, banana peel head, metal face, crooked eye bitch. And this what you play with, bitch. You gonna learn today, bitch. Right? And shout out to the beautiful Lori Marie. Yeah, just get that the dumpster and she'll get it to me.
teach their children they were better than you. You was giving them all that love, and you'd hear them say, "You're not supposed to love Nanny. Nanny's a nigger." And they would say it so nasty till it would cut your heart out almost, and you couldn't say a mumbling word. A woman knows how to shift a smile when the burden is so heavy. Know how to smile when she want to cry. Smile when sorrow done touch her so deeply. So that's why I feel black women in the field had to pray and had to moan and had to cry. Them prayers went a long way and protected a lot of people. And God wiped away those tears. And the next morning, we had the strength to go on. Dorothy Bolden.
But despite all the obstacles, blacks began to rise. More blacks were being educated. There was now a growing black middle class. And the children of the former slaves were not too quick to bow down to the white man as their parents had.
Whites perceived a new generation of black Southerners, the sons and the daughters and the grandsons and granddaughters of the former slaves, who had not been disciplined by slavery, who had never known slavery, who were perceived as much more restless and obviously much more threatening because, unlike some of their parents and grandparents, they seemed less afraid of whites.
We are not the Negro from whom the chains of slavery fell a quarter of a century ago. Most assuredly not. We are now qualified as being the equal of whites and should be treated as such.
Every time we see a Negro physician, it does us good. When we see a Negro pharmacist, it goes still better. When we see the lawyers, professors, bank presidents, inventors, machinists, mechanics, we grin as much as our mouth will allow and shout, "The Negro is coming." Editor, Richmond Planet.
Many whites feared since the end of slavery that blacks would come to feel they were equal to whites. Now that fear seemed realized.
The colored race is getting more unreliable. Freedom has ruined them in every way. Only the old-timey darkies can be trusted. The young ones are sullen and grow more insolent every day.
They don't sing as they used to. You should have known the old days of the plantation. Every year it seems they're losing more and more of their own confessed good humor. I sometimes feel I don't know.
And people was on there cheering the dirty blonde-haired bitch on. She was doing this, right? They was cheering a dirty blonde-haired bitch on when she was doing this. Where is the noise? Like, where is it? Shout out to the beautiful Akasha in the building. What a noise. That's what I'm asking. You motherfuckers brought it to me. This bitch said some foul shit. In the way she knows she wasn't supposed to present that in no type of way. And everybody just look the other way. When it came to the black man, boy, they was locked in on me. And my stuff, it don't even count to what this bitch tried to compare the great Jimmy to. You dirty, blonde-haired, crooked-eyed, racist, white bitch. Because that's you.
Anymore. I've grown so glum and serious, so I'm free to say I'm scared of them.
Nowhere was this fear more pronounced than in Memphis, Tennessee, where in the 1880s, 40% of the population was black. Faced with this growing black presence, whites demanded that the informal practices, which had segregated the races since 1865, become legalized and strictly enforced.
The laws were intended to accomplish what it was clear the conventions were not going to accomplish, which was, again, to make African Americans act inferior. Again, if white people couldn't make African Americans be inferior, they couldn't prevent some of them from attaining a kind of middle class status despite the violence and despite the discrimination, then they could make them act inferior.
These forced acts of humiliation began to manifest themselves on the Southern Railroad lines. Special Jim Crow cars were set aside on trains for black men and women.
You hear that, you piece of shit? And that's what you compared the great Jimmy to, you dirty bitch. And nobody's talking about it. Nobody. But they came at the black man who came on here doing the right thing. Oh, okay.
And for those white men who wanted to smoke and drink. In 1884, Ida B. Wells, a young teacher from Memphis, was quietly reading in a first-class car.
Shout out to the beautiful Joy coming from the OG page. Salute. Thank you. Shout out to Uncle Frank that's in the building. Shout out to everybody, right? I appreciate that. And y'all getting her right. What we doing is we breaking this Mary shit bitch down, right? This dumb, dirty, blonde bitch, right? Like, and man, thank you, Joy. I'm gonna turn you up in a minute. The nerve of her to compare the great Prince Jimmy to Jim Crow, you dirty bitch, because he was saying that word in a jokingly way over a text, bitch. You had me fucked up, bitch. The bitch tried to do it for clout. No, bitch. It was fucking cosplay outrage. You dumb, dirty, crooked-eyed, white, racist bitch. And I wasn't finna be the one to just look the other way. No, bitch, let me raise my hand up, bitch. Because everybody do that. I got all types of races of friends. We joke and say different stuff like that on the text. And the dumbest shit you can ever do when you gonna try to compare that in a jokingly way, you stupid bitch. Now, everybody, I'm finna show y'all how I'm coming with this. We're gonna tell y'all exactly what this bitch did. We're gonna tell you exactly what she did, right? And what she tried to, compare to. We're gonna get her. So, like I said, if you're the one bringing up Jim Crow, using it as a joke, a threat, or a talking point to put others down, you're the real racist. Period. And that's that Mary shit, bitch. because you don't casually reference one of the most violent, oppressive eras in American history unless that mindset is already in you. That's not dark humor, bitch. That's not history talk. That's telling on yourself, you ugly, crooked-eyed whore. Like I said, people love to scream racism while actively repeating the language, mindset, and energy of segregation. Then they get uncomfortable when it's pointed out. That's discomfort? No, bitch. What you get today is accountability. Like what we doing, we're going to show you what we're doing and how exactly how it is, right? Using Jim Crow language is a dog whistle. Hiding behind jokes doesn't erase intent, you stupid bitch. Deflecting doesn't change facts, you stupid bitch. And playing victim after exposing yourself won't save you, you stupid crooked-eyed bitch. If you invoke Jim Crow, you already showed your hand. Nobody forced you to go there. You chose it, bitch. And this right here, what I'm doing, they're going to keep doing. This is for the people tired of watching racist cosplay as truth tellers while exposing themselves in real time. No coddling, no sugarcoating. We calling it what it is over here. If this make you mad what I'm doing, ask yourself why. Right? Salute. And I mean that with every fucking thing in me. I thought I told everybody I'm not here to play, right? And I'm not. And I told these people I'm not the one, I'm the right one. And shout out to all the beautiful people who coming in, Jen Fox, I see you. Petty LaBelle 9, everybody who went here, I know you've been here, Petty LaBelle. Joy, beautiful Joy, salute. And thank you, Joy, for becoming a member again. So look, we got to take our first break because we went past an hour. So this is our new intro and our new turn up. You hear me? So we'll be back. Everybody please like and share because she gonna get this work. No, I ain't yawning. Girl, I am woke. Ray from Boston, a.k.a. Charlie. I'm on that. I don't get tired. Be back in a couple minutes.
Bitches lie, niggas lie, bitches lie, niggas lie, bitches lie, niggas lie, bitches lie, niggas lie, bitches lie. On my scale, keep it accurate. Had to get unplug a niggas text shit. Niggas lie, bitches lie, 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 niggas lie, bitches lie. On my scale, keep it accurate. Had to get unplug a niggas text shit. Smoking on Shikari Bronx mixed with Obama, that's the presidential shit. Type of bag a nigga really want, most wouldn't know what to do with it. Really had to get it out the mud. Really had to get it out the dirt. With no love and no handouts, nigga really had to go and put in work. Praying facts in the mail, making home. Shout out niggas with the visa carry on. Nigga out here doing alley capping, but you color show when that pressure's on. Hustle hard with the best of them. He a roach, nigga step on him. Dallas Tech, what I rep on him. Hadn't did it for me, gotta flex on him. Niggas lie, bitches lie, 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 niggas lie, bitches lie. On my scale, keep it accurate. Had to get unplug a niggas text shit. Niggas lie, bitches lie, niggas lie, bitches lie, niggas lie, bitches lie, niggas lie, bitches lie, niggas lie, bitches lie.
Hold up. Rafer said, turn up.
Niggas lie, bitches lie, niggas lie, bitches lie, niggas lie, bitches lie, niggas lie, bitches lie. On my scale, keep it accurate. Had to get unplug a niggas text shit. Niggas lie, bitches lie, 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 niggas lie, bitches lie. On my scale, keep it accurate. Had to get unplug a niggas text shit. Smoking on Shikari blunts mixed with Obama, that's the presidential shit. Type of bag a nigga really want, most wouldn't know what to do with it. Really had to get it out the mud. Really had to get it out the dirt. Wasn't no love, and no handouts. Nigga really had to go and put in work. Praying packs in the mail, making home. Shout out niggas with the beans and carry on. Nigga out here doing alley capping, but you color show when that pressure's on. Hustle hard with the best of them. He a roach, nigga step on him. Dallas Tech, what I rep on him. Hadn't did it for me, gotta flex on him. Niggas lie, bitches lie. 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 But my scale keep it accurate. Had to get a plug of niggas Texas shit. Niggas lie, bitches.
Yeah, salute to everybody, man. Appreciate you once again, Jordan. No, I know you're gonna always get that. You know, we just gotta turn you up. You understand, man? I wanted everybody who was new, girl, who didn't see that to see that. Let's get back to it, because one thing about that that woman who exposed herself, she gonna learn. Let's get to it.
When the conductor ordered her to move to the Jim Crow car,
I refused, saying the forward car was a smoker and I was in the ladies' car. I proposed to stay. He tried to drag me out of my seat, but the moment he caught hold of my arm, I fastened my teeth on the back of his hand. Ida B. Wells.
They are able to get her out of the seat, but she refuses to go into that accommodation car. And she gets off the train, walks back to town with her dress torn, with her hat now askew. She will sue the Chesapeake and Ohio Railway. She takes this mighty corporation to court, and she does prevail in the end, because the judge does say that indeed she was a lady. She's a school teacher. She was dressed the way she was supposed to dress. She acted accordingly.
but the victory was short-lived. The verdict was overturned by a Tennessee appeals court.
I had firmly believed all along that the law was on our side and would give us justice. I feel shorn of that belief and utterly discouraged. If it were possible, I would gather the race in my arms and fly away with them. God, is there no redress, no peace, nor justice for us? Teach us what to do, for I am sorely, bitterly disgusted.
She said, I wanted so badly to do something great for my people, and I thought I had. But now with this, I feel that the justice is no longer on our side.
Inspired by her personal confrontation with Jim Crow, Wells decided to fight for the rights of all Black people. She taught school by day, and at night wrote newspaper articles under the pen name Iola. In the late 1880s, when the Tennessee legislature moved to take the vote away from Blacks, Wells attacked.
The dailies of our city say that whites must rule this country. But this is an expression without a thought. The old Southern voice that made the Negroes jump and run to their holes like rats is told to shut up. For the Negro of today is not the same as Negroes were 30 years ago.
Swing low, sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home. Swing low.
In reality, y'all, this breaks my heart, right? That this crooked-eyed, trash of a fucking woman would do this, right? And would even make a song and insinuate, like, this is the dirtiest of dirtiest bitches, right? This is the dirtiest of dirt. Hold up. Wait a minute, man. I said, hold up. Wait a minute. Mo say, she say the old Murray's dead, which the new one was too, because she is worse than the first one. Man, I love Moes to death, boy. Hey, everybody to death. But look, we're gonna do a quick little turn up for Moes, man.
I ain't never represent, baby. You do no wrong,
Thank you very much, Mo, S, and everybody who support the channel, man. Y'all are the absolute truth, right? And that is a great statement right there. The old Murray's dead, in which the new one was too, because she is worse, right, than the first one. The nerve of this woman to say them words and laugh about it. Two white women comparing a white man. Because they said something in a jokingly way. They is the worst two white bitches that I could think of right now. Let's get to it. Thank you very much, Moise.
But a black man or woman standing up for equal justice in 1892 was taking a serious risk. On the night of March 9th, when Wells was out of town, her friend Tom Moss and two others were jailed for defending themselves against several white men who had attacked Moss's grocery store. Masked vigilantes dragged Moss and his two friends from their cells to a deserted railroad yard. Before he died, Moss cried out, "Tell my people to flee. There is no justice here." This lynching, a term that came to be applied to any mob killing of blacks, disheartened Wells.
When she had come back to Memphis, she saw that the community was absolutely devastated, and so was she. No one knew quite what to do. But when she read those words, she said, this is going to be her mission as well. And she begins to tell Black Memphians, there is no justice for you here. The system is not working for us. No one is trying to get these killers of our young men. And it is one we should go.
And go they did. At least 6,000 Black Memphis residents would heed Wells's call to leave. It was the beginning of an exodus that in the coming decades would number in the millions. The murder of her friend also opened her eyes to who the true targets of the lynch mob were.
When her three friends were lynched, she began to realize that even Black people, middle-class Black people, could be victims of that. And she talks about how until that happened, she had believed that those excesses, what she called excesses against the race, were only directed against those people who had perhaps done something to deserve it.
This opened my...
Yeah, bitch, like I told you, you're going to get this work, bitch, for even spewing them words out your mouth, you dirty, blonde-haired, crooked-eyed, racist white bitch. Because you exposed yourself, bitch. Because you reached that fucking hard to get a laugh and a giggle for clout, bitch. That's disregarding history and what it meant, bitch. Because somebody said something in a jokingly way. You dumb, long-nosed whore.
My eyes to what lynching really was. An excuse to get rid of Negroes who were acquiring wealth and property, and thus keep the race terrorized and keep the niggers down.
Ida Wells is one voice that says that these assumptions of Black people, that we can actually come to some negotiated settlement with whites in this period, is a false assumption, and that you have to fight, that the only way we're going to do it is to fight.
Ida B. Wells would eventually leave Memphis for Chicago. There she began her crusade against the murder of Southern Blacks, which she would continue for the rest of her life. But across the South...
Oh, surprise, y'all. It looked like the bitch gonna go live. So it looked like she's gonna go live in a minute. So we're gonna get through this first one. We're gonna go snatch her shit.
Lynching continued.
We're gonna see how this whole try to justify her being, you know, fucking saying the cruelest shit you could say to this shit.
Edward White, Vance McClure, Link Wagner, Robert Williams, George King, Scott Sherman, John Fry, Ovid Belzer, William Smith.
And I'm a double, I can't wait. Oh, hey, y'all, this is what I'm here for. Huckleberry been activated. Y'all see how I'm coming? Y'all hear my voice? Oh, it's coming back. Do you hear me? Look how I'm coming. I'm not playing. I'm not playing no fucking games.
Falcon France.
And I need y'all to ride and support me. Hit that like button, share this for me. Yeah, I can't wait to hear what this dirty, blonde, crooked-eyed bitch got to say. Stand on it, bitch. Like, for real.
A.L. Smart, Mr. and Mrs. Morris, Patrick Morris, Gilbert Francis, Bird Love, Isaac Pizer, Louis Senegal, Joseph Dizel, Frank James, Louis Munn, Hiram Whiteman, Desano Lozano, Angelo Mongoso.
The tragedy today, I think, is a lot of people think they just hung somebody, but a ritualized lynching was a part of the culture of the South with even religious and patriotic connotations. Think about this. Some white folk, if they had the time, dressed up in their old army garb, their old army uniform, to come out to a lynching. Racism reached a point, it was so dramatized and so ritualized and codified in the laws and in the practice.
Era where there was so few opportunities other than manual labor.
That shit was disturbing, man. I want this bitch to go there tonight. Oh, let's go, bitch. I got stamina, bitch, and I'm going to show you.
For Black people.
We had everything in Mount Bayou that heart could desire. We had oil mills, we had stores, we had bottle works, we had hospitals, we had zoos, we had swimming pools. We had a lot of things that people would enjoy.
Mound Bayou was founded in 1887 by Black businessman Isaiah T. Montgomery.
Got you, Akasha.
A Southern man with a simple philosophy. It's a white man's country. Let them run it.
Isaiah Montgomery is a true American, and in a sense, he was extraordinarily opportunistic. Isaiah Montgomery had the ability to identify those individuals who had goods and services and political power and esteem in the community and ingratiate himself with those persons.
Following the lead of men like Pap Singleton, Montgomery planned to create a safe harbor for Blacks.
It was not easy to find settlers in the early days. The task of clearing a wild country seemed hopeless to men with so few resources and so little experience. Isaiah Montgomery.
The Delta of Mississippi in the mid-1880s was nothing more than a wilderness. These Black people who came to the Mount Bayou area had to cut down trees, had to drain bayous, had to build up the land, had to fight off wild animals and snakes, and they lived as frontiersmen lived throughout the world.
Day by day, a town began to take shape. Churches, a post office, and schools replaced the forest.
My grandmother was Ada Simmons. She came here from Virginia. She wanted other than what she had been doing, the slavery and the people telling them what to do. She had in her mind that there must be something else. There must be something that was, better than what she was living under.
Unlike some Black communities, the whites did not come in and destroy the community like some instances of other Black communities. I believe because there was a notion that a separation of the races was an answer to the race problem.
By 1890, Mound Bayou was on its way to becoming one of the most prosperous Black communities in the country. The jewel of the Delta, as it would later be called. That year, Mississippi assembled a convention to pass its new Jim Crow Constitution. The only Black delegate was Isaiah T. Montgomery.
Black people were looking for somebody that whites would accept. And so they elected Isaiah to go to this convention.
My mission is to offer an olive branch of peace to bridge a chasm that has been developing and widening for a generation that threatens destruction to you and yours, while it promises no enduring prosperity to me and mine.
Isaiah Montgomery, burning with desire to protect Mound Bayou from white intervention, agreed to vote in favor of an amendment to keep illiterates from voting. The law's real meaning was clear.
See what happened? They turned him. A home black man turned into a turncoat on the black folk. Look, and this bitch, she doubling down on what she said. Okay.
There's no use to equivocate or lie about the matter. Mississippi's Constitutional Convention was held for no other purpose than to eliminate the nigger from politics. Not the ignorant, but the nigger. James Vardaman.
Mississippi whites cheered, but to black leaders, Montgomery was a traitor and a turncoat.
He has virtually said to the nation, you have done wrong in giving us this great liberty. He has surrendered part of his rights to an enemy who will make this surrender a reason for demanding all of his rights. He is not a conscious traitor, but his act is an act of treason. Treason for the cause of the colored people, not only of his own state, but of the United States. Frederick Douglass.
Montgomery claimed the black vote was lost anyway. He hoped he had won a measure of safety for his people. Mound Bayou is the ship, he said. All else is an open, raging, tempestuous sea. While many black leaders, like Douglass, were outraged by Montgomery's vote, Booker T. Washington was not. By the 1890s, Washington's reputation as a spokesperson and fundraiser for Tuskegee was growing.
Booker T. Washington spoke in a language that everyone could understand. He had something for working class blacks. He had something for middle class blacks. He was able to, therefore, to control black businessmen. He was able to control black churchmen.
We not here to play, right? This white crooked eye racist bitch gonna learn, because she's the real racist. She is. Because when you do something out of malice, to be malicious in the way she did it, oh, bitch, you exposed yourself. This fucking cosplay outrage, bitch.
Who admired the gospel success that he was articulating. And he was able to win the admiration of working class blacks who saw that all other alternatives had now been essentially exhausted.
Shout out to Ace _ soldier _ mama. Salute, beautiful.
And the other benefactors of Tuskegee would not have contributed a dime if he, at that moment, had offered a threat to the existence that these wealthy white men were perpetuating.
Across the South, black improvement seemed to be thwarted at every turn, and violence continued as a daily threat. Booker T. Washington searched for a compromise that might bring racial peace. His opportunity came in 1895 when he was invited to speak at the Cotton Exposition in Atlanta, Georgia. September 25th was proclaimed
Salute to the beautiful me, V, in the building as well.
Negro Day, but the black press tried to discourage blacks from attending.
Negro Day. This is Negro Day. Negro Day. This silly crooked eye, real white racist bitch in Mary shit. You expose yourself, bitch, and you doubling down on it. Oh, okay.
If Negroes wish to feel that they are inferior to other American citizens, if they want to see all sides, signs that say, for whites only, or no niggers or dogs allowed, if they want to be humiliated and have their man and womanhood crushed out, then come. Editor, Atlanta Voice.
James Creelman, a correspondent for the New York World, observed the crowd turn hostile when Washington mounted the speaker's platform.
When a colored man appeared on stage, a sudden chill fell on the whole assemblage. One after another asked, "What's that nigger doing on the stage?"
What's that nigger doing on the stage? What's that nigger doing on the stage? Huh?
James Creelman.
But when Booker T. Washington criticized his own people for seeking political and economic power during Reconstruction, the crowd listened.
Oh, they listened to him because he turned Uncle Tom. Look at him. They want to listen to him. Then first it was what that nigger doing on stage. But then the nigga turncoat. Look at him, y'all.
The greatest danger is that in the great leap from slavery to freedom, we may overlook the fact that the masses of us are to live by the production of our hands. The opportunity to earn $1 in a factory just now is worth infinitely more than to spend $1 in an opera house. Booker T. Washington.
And when he held his dusky hand high above his head with the fingers stretched apart and said to the white people of the South on behalf of his race, "In all things that are purely social, we can be as separate as the finger, yet one as the hand. In all things essential to mutual progress, a great sound wave resounded from the walls and the whole..."
Oh, look at the turncoat. Oh my!
Audience was on its feet.
White people love that. I tell them what they want to hear, just to hear them clout, just to hear them clout, and be an Uncle Tom and them.
In a delirium of applause. When the Negro finished, such an ovation followed as I had never seen before and never expect to see again. White Southern women pulled flowers from the bosom of their dresses and rained them upon the stage. Tears ran down the face of the many blacks in the audience.
As news of Washington's speech began to spread, many in the black community wondered, had Washington chosen to compromise their human rights in exchange for racial peace and economic stability? This generated overwhelming feelings of confusion, disappointment, even anger.
Love you too, me, V. And you gotta know they love you, baby. Let's turn up for her real quick. Man, I love you so much, me, V. And everybody, I love y'all too. And I appreciate all the support. I really do. Let's continue.
But the white press across America rushed to embrace Washington's views. Former abolitionists, railroad tycoons, political leaders, even President Grover Cleveland wired their congratulations. No black leader had ever before so eloquently defended Jim Crow. The speech would be celebrated as the Atlanta Compromise.
I think Booker Washington's idea of getting civil rights was, if you look.
How about that? You said, Ray, I think you get memberships to give each month. Have you tried it? I don't know about this. So somebody gonna have to explain that to me, how to do it.
Like, act like, achieve like, work like, own businesses like,
how would I do that?
Support the government like, pay taxes like everybody else. That the civil rights that you are entitled to will be given to you.
The South had demonstrated this was not the case. Only 12 months after the Atlanta Compromise, the highest court in the land would agree.
Enjoy my condolences, whatever what you're going through. I'm gonna pray that everything be great for you.
3 years before the Washington speech, a Louisiana shoemaker named Omer Plessy was fined $25 for refusing to leave a whites-only car on the Louisiana Railway. Plessy was only 1/8 black, but under Louisiana law, he was black. By 1896, the case appeared before the United States
Thank you
Supreme
very
Court.
much, Melissa. And we ain't done. We got a lot more. This is the first point.
That separate but equal facilities for blacks and whites did not violate the Constitution's new guarantee of equal protection. Only 3 decades earlier, the end of slavery had been the promise of a new day for black Americans, in which they could earn their livelihood by their own freely chosen labor, educate their children, participate in government, and receive equal justice under the law. But despite the remarkable advances, those hopes were now dashed. Jim Crow was the law of the land, North and South. And so it would remain for half a century. Abandoned by the North, without allies in the South, blacks continued to struggle for their freedom, relying on their families, churches, schools, and other organizations to sustain them. For black Americans, no time since the end of slavery seems so dark.
From home.
She says this is Jimmy, exactly. Stupid bum bitch. I hate that hoe.
The tragic era of Jim Crow comes to life at PBS Online with interactive activities and
Now listen, everybody. That's part 1. That's part 1. And just know, we're definitely gonna have part 2 coming up in just a few, right? And we're gonna get through a little bit of that, right? And then we're gonna definitely thank y'all, because this bitch gonna learn. This was she compared the great Prince Jimmy to this dumb, stupid, dirty, blonde-haired, crooked-eyed bitch. Bitch, you deserve to get fired. I'm happy people called your fucking job and told them what type of racist bitch you is and how you did this. You deserve that, bitch. You deserve that. You deserve all of that, bitch. You ain't shit. Shout out to random girl, I'm sorry. She said, I'm late, but I'm going to be back to the beginning. No, you ain't never late. You always on time, baby. The nerve of this bra, I hate it. I hate that bitch. Yeah, I will ask God to forgive me later. But, she's going to get this work. Bitch been causing too many problems. We knew what type of bitch she was, when the ghost showed us what she did the week and the day of, when his mother had passed away. I hate that bitch. Like, for real. Like, I hope people call her shit, expose her for comparing somebody to the Jim Crow era and how fucking hurtful and painful that is, and segregation that people went through, and she's doubling down on it. Oh no, don't worry. We're gonna play audio. We're gonna play audio. It's fair use. Fair use. With that, it is very much fair use. It's fair use. Crazy work, though, right? Yeah. I'm glad, she did that, though. I'm glad she did that. For real. Quick break, y'all. We're at 2 o'clock. Be right back.
Niggas lie, bitches lie, niggas lie, bitches lie, niggas lie, bitches lie, niggas lie, bitches lie. On my scale, keep it accurate. Had to get unplug a niggas taxi shit. Niggas lie, bitches lie, niggas lie, bitches lie, niggas lie, bitches lie, niggas lie, bitches lie. niggas lie, bitches lie. On my scale, keep it accurate. Had to get unplug a niggas Texas shit. Smoking on Shikari Bronx mixed with Obama, that's the presidential shit. Top of bag a nigga really want, most wouldn't know what to do with it. Really had to get it out the mud. Really had to get it out the dirt. Wasn't no love or no handouts, nigga really had to go and put in work. Praying packs in the mail, making home. Shout out niggas with the beans and carry on. Nigga out here doing alley capping, but you color show when that pressure's on. Hustle hard with the best of them. He a roach, nigga step on him. Dallas Tech, what I rep on him. Hadn't did it for me, gotta flex on him. Niggas lie, bitches lie, 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 niggas lie, bitches lie. On my scale, keep it accurate. Had to get unplug a niggas Texas shit. Niggas lie, bitches lie, niggas lie, bitches lie, niggas lie, bitches lie, niggas lie, bitches lie, niggas lie, bitches lie.
Hold up, hold up, hold up. Rafer said, "Turn up."
Niggas lie, bitches lie, niggas lie, bitches lie, niggas lie, bitches lie, niggas lie, bitches lie. On my scale, keep it accurate. Had to get unplug a niggas Texas shit. Niggas lie, bitches lie, 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 niggas lie, bitches lie. On my scale, keep it accurate. Had to get unplug a niggas Texas shit. Smoking on Shikari Bronx mixed with Obama, that's the presidential shit. Top of bag a nigga really want, most wouldn't know what to do with it. Really had to get it out the mud. Really had to get it out the dirt. Wasn't no love or no handouts, nigga really had to go and put in work. Praying packs in the mail, making home. Shout out niggas with the beans and carry on. Nigga out here doing alley capping, but you color show when that pressure's on. Hustle hard with the best of them. He a roach, nigga step on him. Dallas Tech, what I rep on him. Hadn't did it for me, gotta flex on him. Niggas lie, bitches lie, 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 niggas lie, bitches lie. On my scale, keep it accurate. Had to get unplug a niggas Texas shit. Niggas lie, bitches lie, niggas lie, bitches lie, niggas lie, bitches lie, niggas lie, bitches lie, niggas lie, bitches lie.
Salute to everybody. We back, y'all. Right, we back. And we finna get into it, right? Because she got her shit on. Y'all ready to go? Y'all ready to hear it? Let's hear it.
All right, welcome everybody. Thanks for joining me on this Sunday evening. I didn't have a ton of time to put too much planning into tonight. There's a hodgepodge of things we're going to discuss.
No, you ugly, and that lipstick, bitch, that ain't it. And then your stuff, bitch, why you got your shoulder showing? Bitch.
Since it's rough out there on those Twitter streets. But first, I'm going to invite my special guest I have tonight. We'll call her Nikki for now, though one day you'll know who she is. Welcome, Nikki.
Hi, how are you? Can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you.
Oh, no, yeah, we're going to make sure we talk and go over it, right? Yeah, we're going to make sure we definitely do that, right? Definitely.
Hey, you're all good. Good. All right, thank you so much for coming on. So Nikki is somebody who has always been a supporter of Karen Reed, a former supporter of.
So I see in their comments, they saying, I always try to spin something. What am I spinning, y'all? Am I spinning or did she do that? Oh, wow.
And when the whole kind of divide started in the fall with Recording Gate, you decided to voice your support for Karen and call out Aiden for his behavior, and you obviously received a lot of backlash about it. You don't have to give too many details of it. It's just
you haven't seen many backlash about such a bitch ass up. Bitch, you was over there, man. Let's keep it.
Keep your identity under wraps for now, but I don't know if you want to just give a little bit of a background on that and how you felt and what made you compelled to speak up.
You know what? It wasn't exactly right after. I had noticed some things before the trial had ended. Some of the stories he was saying and some of the people that he was attacking, like the DePietro man. I don't know if it was him. I found it odd, like he was going to such lengths to hurt these just random people.
Say random people. Random people. Shut your bitch ass up. Bitch, you know what you did. Right? Bitch, you know what you said. And they really supporting this bitch. All these motherfuckers over here who supporting our other racist bitches, right? That's crazy. That's crazy work. Crazy work. These motherfuckers over here supporting this racist bitch who said some of the cruelest shit. That's crazy, man.
And then after the trial, I feel like it just got so much worse. He was just attacking random people that I had never even heard of. But he had found out, he had messaged me and asked if I still supported him. And I told him I did not like the things that he was doing, and we know how that goes. Yeah, it did not go well.
We know how that goes.
Yeah, no.
See, like I said, here we go with the blame game. Here we go with the oh, so that's that Obach bitch. Oh, that's the Obach bitch. Okay, that's the Obach bitch. Now they all on her saying, you know how they love the other side. You know, this Mary shit bitch was one. This is ridiculous, y'all. This is ridiculous.
We've been seeing that a lot of that now. The past week, I've heard of
Pretty much what you are seeing going on.
Whether you have 3 followers or 3,000, he's in your DMs. If you show even the slightest bit of support for me, this week there's at least 5 people that I know of that he called just to make sure that they weren't friends with me, or he was calling friends of these friends to say, do you know if Meredith's friends with this person? And that's how he's spending his days.
No, I know who Obach is now. I know that's that was the bitch. Yeah, we broke that shit. I know who that bitch is.
Focusing on his case, like promising to make sure that nobody likes me. They have to hate me. They have to be on his side. I mean, nothing says you've moved on like spending your.
No, bitch. We hate you because of what you did, bitch. And you fucking disrespected a black community, bitch, who went through segregation, and you laughed about it. You long-necked giraffe-looking bitch. That's what's fucked up.
Days literally calling anybody who might be my friend, right, to make sure that they're not. I mean, he's totally moved on though, right?
And it's amazing that once he attacks you, you are fair game because you become a public figure, according to him. Because you're Turtle Boy famous, so therefore you're all of a sudden a public figure, and he has the right to just attack you and to say this stuff all over the internet. I think that's a cute little term that he's come up with too.
I didn't hear him say that, but I don't think he's called me a public figure yet. But
I'm a public figure.
So she doubling down, more X, huh? The bitch you said the bitch doubling down? Oh, okay.
I have to say, what am I Taylor Swift? I kind of feel all right. I'll take it. Unfortunately, my public fame was not very positive, but
we'll be correcting the record on that soon enough.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, we've a hodgepodge of things to discuss tonight. First on the agenda, and this wasn't part of the original plan, but just since our last show, we didn't go over this. So on the last show, we did go over
You know, all these people over there supporting this racist shit. They supporting it. No, this is live now. They supporting this racist shit. Huh? -3 minutes. Okay.
heard that.
It's a popular word. So the N-word is a popular word,
Right
according to Aiden Carney.
Well, look at his friends. It probably is.
You know, the blurred lines about
Right there, move or no?
Not really. It's just, I think it's a generally accepted thing that nobody uses it and nobody should use it. I don't think there's any blurred lines. Certainly not about your white, almost 4-year-old friend in text messages. What about calling your paralegal that? That was the kicker. But he's okay with Jimmy calling Olivia that, his paralegal. Apparently that's okay.
And also he's using it in like a comedic sense. So like, is there some room there? I don't fucking know. I just don't care. I just don't care. Some slur to say against him. Yeah, exactly. But saying that if you want to say a black person with an N-word, that's fucked up. That's fucked up.
What about calling your paralegal that though?
So the fucking bitch, see how she doing? You see this dumb shit.
Because he wasn't just saying it in a joking way, like N-word, please. He was calling people that over and over. And then he used it as a verb in one of the texts. It was bizarre too.
Not that it matters, but is the paralegal African American?
No, but again, it's just a weird thing. And then he's saying
Is the paralegal African American? Bitch, why can't you just say it's the paralegal black? You see these dumb whores? Is the paralegal African American? Why can't you just say it's the paralegal black? Oh wait.
too in like a threatening manner, because that was when he was trying to stalk her and go by her parents' house. He's like, "You're gonna catch that." But that's
he
normal.
just uses it universally for everyone. Okay.
Yeah, apparently, in their world, it's part of the course.
If you're in a private conversation with somebody, joking around, and you're like, "Yo, N-word, what?" Like joking around, that's different. It's fucking different. Sorry, I'm not offended by it. I just don't care. You can pretend to be offended by that, but you're not. You're just not. You know.
I think a lot of people are offended by it.
No, bitch. Shut the fuck up,
Okay.
bitch. Shut up, bitch. We're offended by you. No, bitch. We're offended by you and how you compare somebody to fucking Jim Crow, you stupid, ignorant bitch. Do this bitch hear herself? Do this bitch hear herself? Like, this crazy work. Crazy.
And there's a big difference between, using a racial slur like that to attack somebody and like make a fucking joke. Sorry, jokes. You got leeway with jokes.
You get leeway with jokes. So it's according to Turtle Boy, it's okay to use the N-word if it's a joke because it's a funny word.
Yeah, bitch, it's okay to use it if you're joking around, bitch. It's like it's okay people to say cracker or people say spick. What I say with these white people like this. Bitch, call all the rappers out, all the black rappers who say cracker, bitch. You see how one-sided this crooked white bitch is. Call out all the black people who say it.
Interesting.
Screenshots with the N-word or something like that. But like, it's like that. If you start doing that, it's like, bro, you've already lost. If that's the best way you try to cancel Jimmy is he said the N-word one time in like a screenshot of like a message where he's like, N-word or something like that. It's like I don't know who screenshot that and said it, but like,
a lot of people would, and I just want to clear the record too, because a lot of people have said, "Oh, well, why were you friends with them if you're saying N-word to you?" None of these texts are with me, by the way. These are.
Come on now. So if they ain't with you, see, look, if it ain't with you, bitch, who is with? Somebody who hate him? Somebody who hate him now, who used to be his friend when they was cool and shit? Oh, now they want to try to be spiteful because they know it was jokingly, you dumb, dirty, blonde-haired bitch.
This is Jimmy texting other people, and they've all sent them to me because a lot of people don't like Jimmy, and a lot of people have seen what a disgusting person he is. So this isn't me screenshotting it. This is me being the recipient of them. Just to be clear, I think a couple people commented on my last stream that like, why are you only calling them out now? But these were not texts with me, to be absolutely clear.
Don't care. I'm not gonna stop following him because of that. It's not 2020. Like this is not like during the George Floyd shit. Maybe.
Oh, that's so bad.
It would have been bad if it was 2020 during George Floyd, but it's okay now, as if racism has an expiration date. I mean, I think somebody had a clip the other day that Jess was saying something like about George
hers was horrible. What she said. joking around that she couldn't breathe. Even her husband was disgusted.
Her husband's
by
like,
it.
that's
That was
down. I saw this.
So in the comments, they saying, who is Ray from Dallas? They say Ralphie from Dallas. People say Glera with Ray for a second. Look, what these whores don't understand, bitch, if y'all even find out who the fuck I am, I don't give a shit. It's gonna be totally different, bitch. Yeah, that way. I'm not scared or running or worried about nothing, whore.
disgusting.
You know, maybe somebody can message me that clip. We can play it after. But yeah, are we surprised? This is who they surround themselves with. Birds of a feather, I guess.
I mean, that's like, you know, everybody's like, oh, no, we're not going to find racism and call it out and blah, blah, blah. It's like, what kind of past that?
Crazy work. But like I said, they not making no big deal about her comparing somebody to fucking Jim Crow. This is the most gutless shit I've seen, and all these fucking people on her with this shit. This crazy work. Crazy. But like I say, everybody, they got on me when I said I was gonna stick my stuff and touch the tinkly thing in the back of that other woman's throat. There's nothing comparable to what she did. Crazy, y'all.
That kind of shit doesn't work. Same with like, oh, you're like, it's like you're anti.
And look, look, I guess they're gonna get to it because somebody just commented on her RFD stream about Valerie was the most insane thing I ever heard. Oh, okay. See, now look, see where they going with it? But this bitch compares somebody to Jim Crow. Oh my, crazy
work.
That was good. That was a good way to end it. He's like yelling at somebody. He's about to crash. Yeah. So this is the kind of people that we're dealing with here. Jimmy, who uses the N-word.
The kind of people. This is the same bitch who recorded a man at his breaking moment. This is the same bitch who sent these emails to her other boyfriends. This is this bitch. And talking about the kind of people. Oh.
In his regular jargon, no accountability, no apology, no acknowledgement when those texts leak. And then you have his leader, Aiden, who just justifies it, sticks up for it, downplays it, even says it's funny and that it's a popular word to use. And it's not 2020 anymore, so it's okay. This is the kind of person that the Wilbur's platform is.
See, look at this shit. A popular word, bitch. But don't they play them popular words in all the bars and clubs, and you just hear it constantly, bitch? There's a problem then when you jig into it, bitch. Do you see this shit?
And anybody else who decides to still be involved, if anybody else who's stupid enough to not realize that he just burns every single bridge, every single relationship.
I just seen them. They just got our girl, the beautiful Mary B. They took away her comment. Because she said, you need to apologize for comparing Jimmy to Jim Crow. They erased her shit. These bitches over here. I'm watching you dirty hoes.
He's in, whether it's professional, business. I mean, look at his last lawyer, too. Every single relationship ends badly with him. Like, disastrously bad.
This bitch to talk about relationships ending badly. The nerve of this corky eye, crooked eye bitch to talk about relationships ending badly. Do you hear this, dumb whore?
How does his attorney stay with him after that account came out? With him?
Oh, the ghetto melon?
Oh, now they wondering how because his attorney say, well, bitch, how did this bitch still got a job after comparing somebody to Jim Crow? Right? How do this mirror shit piece of shit still got a job? It's the old merge did. How did this bitch still got a job? Like real talk.
And when he explains the things, you notice he's like almost trying to convince himself. I think he knows what he's saying sounds absolutely ridiculous. I think he's just so delusional.
Mary B, I seen them time you out in real time. I was watching it. You say, why do you compare that to Jimmy? They timed you out. I seen them. Like real talk. Yeah, I'm like, you know, when did she go to her job? But if she working at anyone, the bitch needs to be fired. Like they love this shit. This is some fucked up shit, y'all. And where is the noise on the crazy work?
Oh, or narcissistic.
You know, people left away from me because they talking about the women
It's insane to watch him saying that. Like, nobody cares. Like, first of all, you're white, so how dare you? I mean,
first of all, bitch, the bitch is white who tried to compare a white man who was saying something in a jokingly way, who now I know the bitch didn't get the text from. She got it from another spiteful motherfucker who probably mad because they not around no more. So the vindictive, man, this is the dumbest fucking bitch.
To offend anybody, the word is never okay. Never.
No, never.
But it's like how he justifies it. And it's
you got this racist bitch over there named Mary Laney talking about trolls will be blocked. Bitch, go block. Let me keep
going. I mean, he goes low. That's a new low. That I didn't think he would go that low. I really didn't.
Where's the outrage, Miss Lily? That's what I'm saying. Where's the outrage? Where's the outrage? Then they're talking about what I said to a woman who was calling me all type of bitches and hoes, and I didn't even know the bitch at the time. Right? And they trying to justify me firing back at Valerie. I didn't even know the bitch at the time. She coming at me asking who I am, cussing me out, being disrespectful to me, and nobody said nothing about that. They talk about what I said after that. Ain't that some fucked up shit? Why? Because it's a black man? Is this what it is? Oh my.
Yeah, so that's a good point. He uses it himself. We've seen the Ghetto Mellow account that he's since deleted, but we've all seen the message that is leaked to Federer, where Federer's yelling at him, or I forget what he says exactly. He's like, we're dealing with Meredith having our privileged communications, and then this ridiculous stunt with the Ghetto Mellow account. He's like yelling at him, but Eden told me one of the last times we spoke, when it was like a hostage call, I got like guilt tripped into talking to him. He was like, yeah, no, I'm not worried about Ghetto Mellow. I talked to Federer, and he thinks the account's hilarious too. I'm like, your text goes otherwise, and he thinks it's ridiculous and immature. But no, I explained it to him. Like, what in what world, what explanation, what tale did you tell that this was normal, that you were trolling him on an account, like impersonating the special prosecutor?
Look at this shit. Bitch, what about all the dumb, the fucking shit you did, bitch? This is what I'm talking about right here, y'all. It's crazy work. Crazy work. You know, it's like, are you kidding me? This is okay what she doing and what she said? The people, y'all not offended? Oh, this fucking with me, y'all. Like real talk. What's the people who gonna ride for me and support me? Right, this shit fuck on me. Like if nobody ain't gonna fucking ride with me and support me, what the fuck am I doing then? What? This is starting to just make like I'm serious. I'm serious, y'all. I'm serious as fuck because it's fucked up. It's fucked up. Fucked up.
On your case, calling your lawyer the N-word. What tale did you tell him that he understood it, that set the record straight, that it was okay? I don't even want to know. I didn't ask.
From somebody that has grown up with everybody in my family is an attorney, I cannot imagine what they would do with half of the stuff.
I heard nothing but from the couple of people who really ride with me over her. That's it. I see nothing. 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 I appreciate y'all who ride with me, who really ride with me. Y'all know who y'all is.
But he does. I mean, there's so many reasons that he could clearly leave him, like dump him and ditch him. I mean, I don't know if Bettero, it just feels very sorry for him, or if he's lying to him and not telling him the whole story. I don't know if he cries and does the, I don't want to go back and all that nonsense. But I don't know. I don't get it.
Yeah, what would, I mean, your family that are attorneys, what would they do if they had a client with all these
They said, gone, totally gone.
No amount of money worth
gone.
it. Yeah.
And I asked like 12, like people from all different types of law. And they were laughing. They were like, never. Well, first of all, they would never represent him, period. From months ago when he was caught online with all this. I feel like people who represent him are people that want to be in the spotlight. And I think they're willing to take a little heat. I don't think they thought that it was going to go this far, though.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it's a couple things. Definitely money. He told me he had to write him another check for $100,000 after all this stuff started happening to get him to stay. But I also think he probably he sees what happens to anybody that crosses Aiden. He probably doesn't need that rap. He doesn't need his family to get it. Like we're going after his family and everything. Like what? That's what happens with anybody who
lie. Niggas lie, bitches lie, niggas lie, bitches lie, niggas lie, bitches lie, niggas lie, bitches lie, niggas lie, bitches lie. On my scale, keep it accurate. Had to get unplug a niggas Texas shit. Niggas lie, bitches lie, 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 niggas lie, bitches lie. On my scale, keep it accurate. Had to get unplug a niggas Texas shit. Smoking on Shikari Bronx mixed with Obama. That's the presidential.
We back. Like I say, shit is disturbing. You know, they looked away on the other way on what this white woman said, the most disgusting, vile shit that you could say. Right. But a woman who was viciously attacking me and I fought back, they made it a big fucking deal. Is anybody paying attention to this? Oh man, when I first came, boy, oh man, it was love, wasn't it? Oh my.
It's like daughters.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say a word about his family, but yes.
I've seen that online. I didn't know how much it was true, but I'm like, oh my God, how can you like watch him do this to women? And I guess, and everybody says everybody does deserve.
No, it's cool. Don't worry about it. You know, like I stand on my fucking own. I let the truth come to the power, and the power come to the truth. But you know, we'll see.
Fair representation.
I mean, he represented murder, so that's not even something I'm going to get into. But yeah, I mean,
and that's different. But this is a choice. I mean, this guy has given him every reason to get rid of him. Usually, those murders that they represent, you're usually a public defender, and they usually listen to everything because they are terrified of being convicted. This one's like, hold my beer, please. How can I get convicted?
I know. Yeah. And you could tell though, when that whole thing came out where the weekend when he told me that Bettero quit, and then he also told Jess Machado, you could see Jess already setting the stage to send people after Bettero because she was saying, I think it's a bad look on Bettero's part to give up on him and to leave him. And she said it several times. It was like setting the stage with that was what was going to come next. That if he quit, then everybody was going to go after Bettero. And so I can't blame him for not wanting that too.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you can Google online about can you fire a client, and it will come up with the reasons, the whole reasons an attorney can get rid of a client.
Look at these whores. Oh, look. Crazy work. It's cool though.
He has checked off every single one.
Yeah, I mean, I imagine too, like business reasons that if you have reasons for not wanting to represent someone anymore, you can just
Absolutely.
As long as you fulfilled all of your obligations, or maybe you need to return money if you haven't, then you can just drop a client, right? It's not like it's
especially if it's putting you in danger for your future job. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of people that probably wouldn't want to work with him after this. I wouldn't wish that on Better. I don't know the story behind it, but it's surprising.
Yeah. I don't know. So yeah, that's I think what we were talking about there, just the racist stuff thinking with Jimmy, and then with the Ghetto Mellow account trolling Better. That's how he got shocking with him too. I mean, you can't make this stuff up, right? I mean,
no, you really can't.
That video from the other morning where he's justifying sticking with Jimmy. You'd think if you had already been using that word yourself on a parody account, trolling your lawyer, you wouldn't be defending. Maybe just don't talk about it.
I would just be silent.
Anything else. Maybe just not. I mean, Jimmy hasn't even brought it up. He's been silent about it, but I guess he needed.
What about the man? What's his name? Roy from Dallas. Rafi
from Dallas.
Has anybody heard from him?
He did some stream last night. People were tagging me in it.
I don't
where it was like it was saying that I'm.
Oh yeah, bitch. Sure did, bitch. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
The real racist for calling out calling Jimmy Jim Crow Gillis, and that Jimmy isn't racist for using the N-word, but I'm racist for calling him out for using it. I didn't even click it. They had like 20 people watching it. I was like, this is below the. I've got bigger fish to fry at this point. I also wanted to watch the Lifetime movie, so I didn't pay any attention to it. Yeah, no, Ray from Dallas has been on my list though for a while. I think we know who it is, but again.
You said we had 20 people watching it, so I didn't want to pay attention to it. I had to watch the Lifetime movie. You hear the bitch? It's true, because she got more motherfuckers supporting her in the fuck shit she did than me. Crazy work, ain't it? Crazy.
Not really high on the totem pole at all.
Yeah. He has confused me from day one, that guy.
I confused them from day one. Oh my.
Does whatever
they tell him to. Yeah.
I does whatever somebody tell me to. Y'all hear this shit? I do whatever somebody tell me to. The nerve of these bitches. It's crazy work, ain't it, y'all? No, I do what I do, because I do it. Right? And my 30 people over here, they riding with me, bitch. Right? Real talk. And we gonna keep riding, bitch, because as long as you hear what I'm saying, bitch, I ain't too low of a fucking totem pole, because, bitch, my name flourishes around whether I got 5, 10, 15. Mother, I don't give a fuck about that shit, bitch. I give a fuck about telling you what the fuck you is. Right? You know, I don't give a fuck about people looking the other way. I don't care. I'm going to still do what I do because I know what's right. That's the difference.
I mean, once this started where he was going against me, actually, it was right before he did that, and I'm sure he got the go-ahead from Aiden. He made this video, this 10-minute video on me where it was just disgusting. It was like, you wish the goat's dick, and it's like, bro, no, it wasn't that impressive. Like, just no.
It was that impressive. Really? Look how you acting, bitch. Oh, yeah, okay.
Like 10 minutes, just vile. Like I just any like guy that talks to any woman, like even the stuff. And I'm not no fan of Valerie, but the way he talked about Valerie, talking about like shoving a dick.
She's no fan of Valerie. Did she start with her? Did she start with her? Did she start with her? One thing on the show, but she said any man who do this, but what about when a woman call a man a bitch? You dirty blonde-head bum bitch. Fuck you. But like she said, they came at me. This was the reason everybody came at me, but she compared somebody to Jim Crow. And that's cool though.
Downer, so just the awful raspy voice. His voice is just so aggressive and just like nasty. No guy should ever be.
Cause I'm a black man, bitch. Remember, you also said I threatened your dumb long neck ass. Remember, she said that too, y'all. Oh wow.
Talking to any woman like that.
I saw him the Lindsay interview. The Gatan, whatever her name is.
Oh yeah.
I saw that. That was like, I didn't know what I was watching. Her leaving the room, going on a break. That was the strangest thing I've ever seen.
You stayed and watched it, didn't you, bitch?
What was going on
so,
there? That's just weird.
That
whole interview. That was really the only time I've ever seen him. And
yeah, I know. Look at the bitch line. Only time I ever seen him. But bitch, everybody wanted that interview, bitch. I got it. Ha ha ha.
God. Like, it was
yeah,
very strange.
I didn't listen to all of it. I listened to the parts where she was talking about me just because it was all lies. Similar to what I'm not even gonna look at what she's said in the last day or two. She's out of her goddamn mind. I mean, I think she's mad
about somebody about something with her kids. I don't think it was you. I don't remember. But
no, it was about me. But she is out of her goddamn mind. I don't like see
the nerve of this crooked bitch to talk about somebody out there. Goddamn. Oh my.
For yourself, it's like I don't even need to defend myself against that because it's so vile what she said and like
her profile picture is him with his new girlfriend.
It's like so graphic and it's like I don't even know where to start with that. I'm not even gonna pull it up because it's so gross the tweet she made. Talking about my daughter too sexually. It was fucking bizarre. She needs serious inpatient.
Yeah, she does. She does.
Which her probate court documents already revealed she's had over and over, and it didn't help. So I don't know. There's not really much help for her.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, that's a very strange situation.
What did you say?
I said it's a very strange situation. She's a very strange person.
Yeah, I mean, who would?
Two weirdo hoes on her talking about people strange. Oh my. Yeah, they try to pull a woman. What about when a woman attacking you and don't even know who the fuck you is? Like, fuck that me. This ain't Me Too season no more, bitches. Because a lot of women and bitches like them got comfortable with that shit. It was fucked up. But that shit over with now. Now these bitches think they can just talk to men any fucking way. It's crazy, y'all. Wow.
Anybody who has that little self-respect to return to somebody who she claimed raped her for 2 years, who he called her fake victim, she won React at Madness. I mean, talked about her closet baby for almost 2 years. I mean, just tells you that's not somebody worth your time.
Did they ever actually get back together, or was it just like a setup thing?
I think they just banged a few times, and he's just like.
It is bad, bitch. You don't know what the fuck they did. But what the fuck is you talking about? Fuck is you talking about? How you know, bitch? How you know? You telling on yourself, bitch? Is you the one who be calling them? You said they banged her. How the fuck do you know? Crazy word.
Embarrassed of it and won't admit it, but she's stupid enough. I'll tell you how I know. She's told multiple people it happened, and she's telling everybody that this sex video that Joe Flipperhead somehow has is like a new video between them. And
oh, that's right.
The one that Aiden tried to blame on me for leaking. Like, first of all, why would you want to leak the sex video of YouTube? Like,
I don't want to watch that.
I wouldn't want to see it, and I certainly wouldn't want to leak it. Like, what would be the point? Especially if you claim it's old, why would I want to? But she's telling people it's new. She was calling somebody when he was at her house apparently on the way from Dallas night. There's like, unless she's just lying that they've been hooking up and she's just fucking crazy.
What the fuck she talking up someone? Shut the fuck up.
But I see it more as
Hold on, what's she saying?
was at her house apparently on the point. Especially if you claim it's old, why would I want to? But she's telling people it's new. She was calling somebody when he was at her house apparently on the way from Dallas night.
What is she talking? What the fuck is this bitch talking about? What the fuck is this bitch talking about? What is she talking about? Bitch, what is you talking about? What the fuck is she talking about? Do you hear this bitch?
Unless she's just lying that they've been hooking up and she's just fucking crazy. But I see it more as like it happened and
no, I know.
Just denying it because he's.
But what the fuck? What she's getting this information from? This fake ass shit she talking about. It looked like she done stopped her live or something. It still got like 20 minutes left. I don't know. Let's see.
Ashamed of
The
her.
numbers going down.
As he should be. I mean, she literally lied to put him in jail. The fake abortion stuff, the fake pregnancies.
And everyone took her back in though. Which just proves what kind of power he has over these people.
Everybody just took her back in now. Shut your scorned ass up, bitch. Both of you bitches on her scorn. Shut y'all scorned bitch ass up. Shut y'all scorned bitch ass up. I want to be the one ass bitches. It's always happened to me, bitches. I ain't back here with the long hair, bitch. Shut y'all bitch ass up. Both of you whores, especially you racist ass, long nose, big giraffe neck, long nose bitch, Mary shit.
Yeah, I know it's a cult. After being told for almost 2 years that she's evil, she's this and that, and then with the snap of a finger, I'm the evil one, and she's now like beloved by them. I mean, I don't want.
It was taken down. What you mean it was taken down? Why the fuck they take it down? The number show going down. What happened? I'm trying to make it. God don't like ugly. God don't like ugly. Back to Twitter you go, bitch. Should I stop this? I should play no more, huh? They saying restart. So I don't know if it's taken down. Because they already talking about restart, but I know this live just instantly went down. So what do y'all think I should do? Should I keep playing it up? Oh, it's gone? No, I'm talking about, I still got the live up. I'm talking about, is our channel still up? Oh my. Oh.
Liked by any of his followers who are still falling for this bullshit, good riddance.
No.
Like, you're that stupid and have that lack of independent thought to just stand by and like everything that's happening and not question
shows
it
low
at all.
self-esteem.
Yeah. I mean, that brings us into the next topic, which is
None of these I was talking about. Somebody got low self-esteem.
the fundraiser fraud of the Halloween party. And they've been presented with unrefutable proof now at this point that he advertised a fundraiser as being for Karen Reed and the proceeds never went to her. And now the goalposts have since moved to who cares? It's nobody's business. Like, can you imagine if Brian LTL or Young Jerks or JFK, they ever do a fundraiser.
I'm not.
And I'll pull up all the screenshots in a second, but can you imagine if one of them advertised a fundraiser as being for Karen and then we find out it never went there?
No, especially LTL. Oh my God, he drug him for nothing before.
Fuck is she talking about? She trying to say the goat stole some money. So what the fuck is this all talking about?
Or could you imagine JFK? No.
I mean, so I'll get into the screenshots with all the proof with the Eventbrite thing in a second, but I mean, given this is his attitude now with anybody raising money for Karen, are you really surprised that he wasn't honest with himself and honest with us in donating the money to Karen as like the fundraisers advertised? I mean, look at this. This was around the days when she launched the new civil fundraiser, and he's fighting back and forth with like Brandy and then Nick Rocco. Maybe she should stop asking for handouts and earn money like a grown up. That was one of the things he said. And then his other thing is he keeps lying that she.
Look at her, she's talking about somebody keep lying. She wants to never start talking about right from Dallas. I'm sprung because I still want that 10 minutes. But bitch, this is the way whores act. When they score, sprung, and they got that daddy long stroke put to them in the right spot, you dumb bitch.
Was offered like all this stuff for the documentary. Like I think he said she was offered $1.5 million for the documentary, which was a lie. And then he kept offering to do like the Ernie Fox with her, like, oh, as if she could be so lucky. That it's like that's making a deal with the devil, doing anything with him, agreeing to do anything with him or staying on with him for all these.
Making a deal with the devil. Do you hear this bullshit? Making a deal with the devil. Oh, but you loved him so much. But now he's the devil, the nerve of this narcissistic banana peel. Oh, man.
Knows, like she would never be able to get rid of him if she agreed to do all this stuff. But he was like cheering on the McAlbert's fundraiser, making more money than hers and stuff, and egging that on. I mean, so it's really no surprise that he wouldn't want to give the money he was supposed to, you know?
Absolutely not. God, he hates Nick Rocco. Oof.
He's always been so jealous of him ever since May.
Fuck would he be jealous of fucking Nikki haircuts? You dumb, stupid, ignorant. Oh my God.
Of 2024, when he was on court TV and everything.
Yeah. Well,
like when he got out of jail and he wasn't asked anymore because he couldn't stop talking about Lindsay and fake abortions. Like no wonder court TV didn't want to have you on, bro.
He don't need court TV,
so, yeah.
ignorant bitch.
So essentially this started because one of his fans who was going after me was like, he's done so much for Karen. He's donated first she said that he donated all of his merch proceeds to her, which is a lie. He's never donated 1 penny of merch proceeds, but he never, to be fair, he was honest with that. He said he wasn't, and if that wasn't expected, that's fine. But then she went on to say that he held all these fundraising events.
Shout out to Bug Guys. I know this is the most ignorant bitch, ain't it? Like, oh my.
Her and donated the proceeds to her, that all of the Halloween party money went to her, which is simply not true. And in response, he made.
She's just sitting up here making up shit and lying. Like she's lying.
This tweet, I'm happy to report that the money raised on the Eventbrite for the 2024 Halloween party made its way to Karen Reed's Legal Defense Fund. Erica Walsh can confirm I didn't actually touch any of the money. It all went through the Eventbrite. Except there's just one problem with that. Erica Walsh didn't have anything to do with that Halloween party other than doing the decorations and ordering the pizzas. She never had any access to the Eventbrite account, so this lie that it went through Eventbrite and was done through her is a lie. I made the account for him in 2024 in April to do 4 or so events, and we pull up the link to the other screenshots with it.
Yeah, now he stole money. Now this is the new. This is a desperate bitch at its finest, y'all. I'm trying to understand. This is a desperate broad at her finest. Now the new thing is he stole money. Oh my. Oh my. Oh my. Yeah, everything was good when they was together though. But she's this so righteous. She's such a righteous bitch. That's what she tried to make everybody believe. Oh my. Yeah, give her zero credibility to what she said. I agree, Akasha.
It was only his bank account ever connected to it. There was never any, like Erica never had any access to it, and she didn't even have a single thing of access until 2025 this year. So yeah, this is the various events that were done when it was my account, starting back in April, this live one in Taunton. And then we did
She just know every fucking thing, right? But you know everything, right, ho? You saying allegedly he was here, allegedly he was there. Now we always hear about the goat saying, you know, somebody know where he is. Every time he's somewhere, he get a call, right? Oh my.
trivia night in October. And then here we have October 25th, 2024, the Halloween party. Free Karen Reed, free Turtle Way Halloween party. So out of all the events that we held, it raised the most money, likely because we advertised it as being to support Karen Reed too. You see here, this is Erica Walsh's original post back in 2024, advertising the Halloween party, saying all funds raised to be split evenly among the Turtle Defense Fund and the Karen Reed Defense Fund. So that would mean ticket sales, all the raffle proceeds, right? If we're following what was advertised. So that never happened. I reminded him over and over again to do it. He didn't.
I reminded him, well, we never do a bitch, shut the fuck up because you wasn't that in. Whatever you said, I don't believe nothing you said.
That's just proof that I was my Eventbrite. Erica didn't get access till September of 2025, so almost a year after. Here's the email. The payout's going to his bank account, TD Bank, not anybody else's. I reminded him for the last year over and over again, and it got to the point where he was just like, who cares? Karen's not asking for it, so it doesn't matter.
And so, he's yet to wasn't there certain things that were asked for to prove what the story is, and there still has not been anything, right?
He hasn't shown anything. He made this post, and now I've actually seen tweets where they're like, it was already proved. It went to Erica and Nick Rocco. Nick Rocco at least commented on something. He's like, no, I had nothing to do with this.
That's what I'm saying. Like this, like we know what type of bitch this is. Remember, we found out who she was with the gold, how she was blackmailing him. She said that I'm aggressive and I threaten her. Right? She said I was aggressive and I threatened her. Y'all remember that? Do y'all remember that? So who believed this bitch?
That, like, do not say I got the money. Like, no. So they took this tweet as where Erica still hasn't spoken about it, probably because she knows, and I've already posted now our texts that here she is, you had the login for Eventbrite, and I told her it was my own personal account. So originally I was going to just copy all the info and give it to her because it was in my Gmail. And I was going to send it tonight, and then eventually she gets like the tax part, and I'm like,
I did threaten her by being a black man. That's it. Real talk. Real talk.
I forgot Aiden's like info, his social security number, and his stuff's already in there. And I had it went directly in his bank account. It was all of his info because I didn't want to have it on mine, and then I get like a tax liability from it because they'll send you a form at the end of the year for it, obviously for taxable income. So it was all his stuff already in there, and I didn't want to like be texting her his social or anything, and I wasn't even really talking to him much of the time. She was like, here, you can just have it, like I'll make a new password, something that's not one I use, I'll change the password, and then you can just have the account. And I gave it to her. And this was in, it says, I know it doesn't say.
Her face screams like, oh, no, who's there? Those, oh my God. Oh, oh.
Here it says Saturday, September 20th. I'm telling you, it was 2025. You can look at the calendar and see. Also, if it was 2024, it would say 2024 on my iPhone when I took the screenshots the other day. So I handed it over her. She didn't have access to any of this until September 2025. And then in the previous post I just brought up before that, I showed where it went directly into his bank account. So since I posted this stuff, there's been no other comment from him on this. No, nothing from Erica, but some of the—
They ain't got to respond to an idiot piece of shit like you. And you're mad. Oh, respond to me, please. Please respond. Bitch, go sit and soak and sour like you've been doing.
Comments I'm reading now are just like, who cares? Why are you guys asking about this now? It's nobody's business. Like it's nobody's business but Aiden's. Like, really? I mean, you donated to, I think you bought a ticket to that Halloween party, right? How do you feel that you know now that
I've donated a lot of money to a lot of things, and now it makes you wonder. I don't understand how people could. I mean, they've supported him, so I'm assuming they supported Karen Reed. I mean, unless they hate him now, but even back at that time, he was pro Karen Reed. So were you. So
you still can't get over it. But she on her cap like, oh, it wasn't all that. Her RFD bitch. Yes, it was. A year and a half, and you're still going.
He stole your money, the guy.
Yeah, I just want to say again too, I've said this on Twitter multiple times, and again, the Roccos had absolutely nothing to do with this party. It was purely run on Aiden's Eventbrite. They had nothing to do with it. And
like you said, she like takes a scorn. She's no longer a part of anything TV. Exactly. And the bitches want the response. No, bitch. They don't need to respond to you, bitch. I will.
Anytime they run fundraisers, every single penny has gone to Karen. It's completely safe. Like, I'm not trying to, I don't want to even put into questions. I'm sure that's coming next. What Aiden's going to accuse me of is that I'm saying, oh,
he shows receipts though.
I'm questioning, he's going to say I'm questioning the integrity of like doing Karen. That nope, it's only that specific fundraiser. As far as I know, I don't think he's falsely advertised any others, but.
Exactly. This is an ignorant, stupid, blonde, broken scorn bitch at its finest. Oh my.
I mean, I'm not gonna let like lies go uncleared. And one of his fans was saying, oh, he donated all the money from all the Halloween parties. That's just simply not true.
I don't think he donated $1, to be honest.
He donated proceeds from one of his streams to her, I think, at the very beginning.
Okay. Well, he doesn't think he has to do a donation because he made her and he saved her and he went to jail for her. So.
Yeah, he made her.
Yes.
And so she should thank him, according to him.
He's upset. He did his good deeds.
On this response, she gonna get a summons from court. Hope so.
So yeah, I mean, do you think it's anybody's business but Aiden's? Do you think we should just stop talking about it? Can you imagine?
No, I think it's everybody's business. I think even if you didn't.
Okay, no, you just scorned. I can't help myself. I get madder and madder every day. I thought I was the one, but no, I'm not the one. I thought I was the right one, but no, I got rejected. And I'm a scorned little prissy white racist bitch. That's what I am.
Give money. It's donation fraud.
I mean, similar to like if was, say it was Brian's text that leaked that had the N-word in it, like we would never hear the end of it. And
He
so
would drag him. I mean, he.
If one of these
It would be
content
over.
creators, if Mike or somebody, they advertise that proceeds are going to Karen, and then you find out that they kept it all. Like say Mike, because Mike has a legal fund going on too. Can you imagine the outrage? Like he would be canceled. We would never hear the end of it.
Somebody just brought up a good point. How about the little lady in New Jersey with the shirts? She sent the money. I think she owed him like $6, and she sent a check. I think for like $200, which she showed, and he was going after her for stealing.
Yeah.
Like you have some nerve over like I think it was like 4 T-shirts, and he went after that poor little lady. It was horrible. I mean, he did horrible stuff to her behind the scenes too. Like not a lot of people know about. He was. I mean, like I said, he suspected her of stealing, and look what he did to her. He wrote stories about her, went after her family, gave out her phone number. So it's fine for everyone else. It's what is it? Rules for me, not for thee. Or, yeah.
Victim-minded ass bitches. All right. These hoes pissed.
Rules for thee, but not for me.
But not for me. That's his like. That should be exactly. That's his tagline. But I mean, yeah, if anybody did that, he would torture them. If it was just a regular Joe, like that lady that just tried to help out.
Sorry, I just want to make. Sorry, I just got distracted for a second. I just want to make it clear that this Nikki is not Nikki Obach Nikki. Sorry, I just got.
Look at him. Look at him. Yeah.
Ton of messages.
I don't even know who that is.
Okay, yeah, so it's not Nikki, my other friend Nikki Obach Nikki. This disclaimer, I just want to make that clear. I should have said that at the beginning.
I say the name Obach all the time, but I don't know who it is.
Yeah, no, this is not Obach. A lot of people too. These people who are being disingenuous. It's obviously it's like Jimmy and others spreading it because they already don't like her. Like they've heard her voice before, so it's just
crazy work, ain't it? Oh, but they say I'm all these other people all right. They ain't gonna say she got no voice. I ain't got nothing. Crazy.
It's just disingenuous.
Where does she stand with everything? I don't know much about her.
Yeah, no, she's one of my friends. I don't like to drag her into the stuff. She's not a Jimmy fan, that's for sure. But yeah, no, I just wanted to clear that up. That you're not Nikki. I'm not gonna say her last name because she's already been doxxed enough. But yeah, not Nikki Obach. Yeah, sorry, what were we talking about before that? Just the hypocrisy of him.
Of what he's done to other people. The T-shirt lady. I'm eating a Twinkie.
Yeah, bitch, your mouth. Let me eat it. Oh, Lord.
I mean, it was insane. That poor lady, he gave out her number. I'm not going to say because I know everybody loves her, but an attorney gave him the phone number, which he blasted online, which I think was terrible of her to do, but that's just my opinion. And she got like 1,000 phone calls, that woman. Her husband, like, he works with children, like, it was so ugly what happened over T-shirts that it's not copyrighted, I don't believe, his brand. And even with that, she still sent him money. More money than he was even owed. I read the article about it. I try to steer clear of that kind of stuff because I don't know why he's even writing about that kind of stuff. But
money was going, if it was somebody like Brian or Mike or JFK or somebody else or Nan, you know that you would never hear the end of it. It would be they wouldn't let you just say, oh, it's nobody's business, go away. Like he wouldn't.
60 hours.
I have questions. I need to get to the bottom of this. I'm a journalist. We've never like let them.
A week of shows. You get at least a week of shows. A bus stop live 16 times. A couple articles. They would be on every platform, and the schools, the jobs. It would be everywhere.
Exactly. All right. So what talking about? I don't know how I bring them up. Let me see. I can think. Yeah, so I'm going to try and just, I want to show one, okay.
Carrie is TB and Aunt Deb were elementary teachers. Aunt Debbie was an elementary teacher?
Yes.
Oh, God.
Yeah, yes, I think he was elementary. I don't know.
What is this? But
yeah, this comment that he's accused of stealing, he hasn't heard a peeper. I mean, the only thing we've heard is the one comment. Let me see. Yeah, this one right here. Can you see this? Yeah, did I do that right? Or he just says, he says, Erica confirmed, but Erica hasn't said a word about it. She's dodged the question, but she's had plenty of time the last 48 hours to lie about me. So that's why I texted her. And what I texted her wasn't a threat. I just said, you have time to lie about me. Are you going to address the question on the Halloween party money? Because you had nothing to do with it. So I'm curious what your response is. And she answered me today and was like, you're threatening me, Mom. So I just didn't even answer her. It's like, no, it's not a threat.
Look, I love how he kind of gets cute. I didn't actually touch any of the money. Maybe that's his way of, I'm not lying, because it was transferred into my account.
So it was just, it was just transferred into
bills. That is something he would.
Well, it's ignorant at his finest, y'all. Ignorant.
What he did, so all the cash, there was like about, besides the ticket sales, which after the Eventbrite fees was like 10,500-ish into his account. There was also about 2,500 in cash that night from all the different giveaways and stuff. And raffles.
Man, which we know she lying.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm
the
just looking at
flint lied tonight here.
There's some idea. Well, I'm not a witness. I don't think that Meredith is a witness.
I think they're trying to, I'm definitely a witness, but
I could be if I wanted to be. Stay tuned.
Yeah, Tin Man Show's right about that. I'm not good at it's like hard to see them. Once you put one comment up, it's hard to see the other ones.
This is the most ignorant. Oh, Lord.
Yeah, Tin Man, I agree with you 100%.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
Erica seems in trouble.
Yeah.
She was.
As far as I know, unless in the last couple hours, I haven't had a chance to look. She was still kind of silent on it.
That's when the live ended. I want to see my live again. No, I guess it was just 48 minutes. Man, this crazy. Look. Y'all boots laced up, right? Because tomorrow, we're going to play part 2, part 3, and part 4. We're going to expose this bitch for the racist piece of shit she is. I love y'all to death. See y'all tomorrow.
Niggas lie, bitches lie, niggas lie, bitches lie, niggas lie, bitches lie, niggas lie, bitches lie. On my scale, keep it accurate. Had to get unplug a niggas text shit. Niggas lie, bitches lie, 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 niggas lie, bitches lie. On my scale, keep it accurate. Had to get unplug a niggas text shit. Smoking on Shikari Bronx mixed with Obama, that's the presidential shit. Top of bag a nigga really want, most wouldn't know what to do with it. Really had to get it out the mud. Really had to get it out the dirt. With no love and no handouts, nigga really had to go and put in work. Praying facts in the mail, making home. Shout out niggas with the beans and carry on. Nigga out here doing alley capping, but you color show when that pressure's on. Hustle hard with the best of them. He a roach, nigga step on him. Dallas Tech, what I rep on him. Hadn't did it for me, gotta flex on him. Niggas lie, bitches lie, niggas lie, bitches lie, niggas lie, bitches lie, niggas lie, bitches lie, niggas lie. lie, bitches lie, niggas lie, bitches lie. On my scale, keep it accurate. Had to get a plug of niggas Texas shit. Niggas lie, bitches lie, niggas lie, bitches lie, niggas lie, bitches lie, niggas lie, bitches lie, niggas lie, bitches lie.
Hold up, hold up, hold up. Rafer said, turn up.
Niggas lie, bitches lie, niggas lie, bitches lie, niggas lie, bitches lie, niggas lie, bitches lie. On my scale, keep it accurate. Had to get a plug of niggas Texas shit. Niggas lie, bitches lie, 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 niggas lie, bitches lie. On my scale, keep it accurate. Had to get a plug of niggas Texas shit. Smoking on Shikari blunts mixed with Obama, that's the presidential shit. Top of bag a nigga really want, most wouldn't know what to do with it. Really had to get it out the mud. Really had to get it out the dirt. With no love and no handouts, nigga really had to go and put in work. Praying facts in the mail, making home. Shout out niggas with the beans and carry on. Nigga out here doing alley capping, but you color show when that pressure's on. Hustle hard with the best of them. He a roach, nigga step on him. Dallas Tech, what I rep on him. Hadn't did it for me, got a flex on him. Niggas lie, bitches lie, 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 niggas lie, bitches lie. On my scale, keep it accurate. Had to get a plug of niggas Texas shit. Niggas lie, bitches lie, niggas lie, bitches lie, niggas lie, bitches lie.